cast of characters on chat. It's probably really up to speed. The party. You had battled through and explored through the Corpse Smirk, which was an abyssal trench that basically was just the result of an exploded munitions from some ancient war. It actually destroyed a lot of a fortress that was an ancient Syrian fortress. Everything's ancient, so I'll just drop that adjective from now on. But,
or come up with different ones.
I don't know, that's too hard.
All right, sorry.
Come on, historical.
Exclamation point thesaurus.
Yeah, please, over to you. So it had destroyed everything but the tower, when it actually dropped down some 600 feet into the water, into a crater. Per its name, it was riddled with the corpses of the defenders of this tower. The party finally managed to light an ancient Syrian watchtower of some kind, which lit up the entire Corpse Smirk, giving them the bearings they needed to actually get to the tower. From there, they actually fought in the tower against the Three Marrow, which had originally jacked Idol. That was a pretty exciting battle. For the first time ever, Frunk dropped to 0 hit points.
Never happened
before. For the first time last week.
Yeah, for the first time last week. That was a really grievous wound, wasn't it? It was like, you were at -10.
Yep.
Man, almost. So I guess.
I used all of my hand laying.
Yes.
To
and your shield.
Bring it back. Yeah, my shield. It should do stuff.
It is great. I told you it's going to do something. Yeah, you got to try. But I'll tell you. I give you a little hint. In battle, once per battle, you can make a reaction, an opposed attack roll to an adjacent ally, and basically interpose your shield. You're going to roll the attack roll. If your attack roll beats the opponent's attack roll, you block it.
Oh, nice.
No,
it's like a saving throw.
Interposing, yeah. Right, like, no, I say you no. And so, after that battle, you noticed that down in the bottom, there was a hole that looked like it had been bored into the Gorgoron shot itself. I say Gorgoron shot because it's inscribed with the runes, Gorgoron's runes of destruction, as the Tower of Brial was actually inscribed with runes of defense. Brial's the defender in the lore, and Gorgoron is the god, the bard of destruction. So it was an interesting, like, boom, immovable force, or what is that? Implacable force, unrelenting. You get it, bang. Those two things.
Things.
Yeah, those two things.
A heavy moving thing and a heavy not moving thing.
They don't do nothing, do they?
No. Not nothing.
No, they don't do nothing. And so that is probably why those two things just basically kind of canceled each other out. But the devastation all around was horrific. So you were able to take a short rest. There was a really cool rhyme dropped by someone inside, and it did rhyme, I believe, quite nicely in iambic pentameter, no less.
I remember this going well.
Yeah, I remember this, right? At least 2 words rhymed. Yeah. So, and that's where you are right now, in that barrel-shaped tower just outside of the hole that looks like it leads into the giant shot of Gorgoron.
With a few dead marrow.
Floating, yes. Yeah.
And we've looted them. Not that my paladin would actually ask these things.
Those critters.
They were probably redeemable.
Yeah.
You can definitely get a couple of spears off them. You also find, just like regular the spears that they have, the harpoons rather, with the twine, right?
Ooh. Yeah, but I've got a sweet spear from...
Yeah, Syrian spear.
Syrian spear.
And you also find another one, actually. That was by the scorpions. Mm. So there's that. And Varys, did you notice something earlier that you when you were swimming so well? Are you still in octopus form?
Oh, I think it's been long, technically.
Technically long. So
right.
Actually, so when you up here, one of the things everybody notices is Varys is wearing a magnificent pair of gloves.
On my feet. Anyway,
they're like the socks with toes in it.
Exactly.
They just look really weird.
Yeah. Well, being a druid, I changed my feet to make it work.
Yeah,
that's
so I swim. They're gloves of fast swimming. So
yes.
I should not be the one to use these, being that I have octopi power.
They're gloves of fast swimming?
Gloves of technically swimming and climbing. You might have heard of those in the war. But basically, it's you have your speed is a swim speed.
Do you go 4 times as fast if you're climbing a mountain underwater?
Oh, yes. If you actually need to climb the mountain underwater.
Perfect.
Yeah. Actually, they're gloves of swimming and climbing. It only works when you're doing both.
Right. It's not climbing or. Yeah. There's not an and / or. It's very clear.
We have done our Boolean logic for the day.
Yes. So that's that. So another Syrian spear, which is an adamantine weapon. and gloves swimming, climbing. Also, before you do anything else, please do a Constitution check for me. Let's go to that time.
So while
DC 10.
DC 10? Oh, right. Well, while we're all
On a
constituting...
6-sided die, because apparently
Yeah,
that's
that
all
would
I
be.
brought.
That would be neat.
Do you need some D20s?
Nope, there they are. We'll do the goth one.
Ooh. So does
No,
anybody
fucking
want some...
God.
Gosh, man, I don't know.
I blame you for that. When your health is at stake, don't
it's
trust a goth.
It's always black on the inside.
So if you fail the DC 10 con save, you take a level of exhaustion. If you only have one, which I believe you also do.
Yeah, and I passed this time, so I'm good.
You have disadvantage on ability checks. So if there's nothing on that sheet, you can just put level 1 exhaustion. So right now I think Dietrich and Jaflash are the two people that have the disadvantage on ability checks, but not attacks. Oh, and Idle as well. So yes, so if that comes up, that is what's going to happen. And, no. All right, so what happens next, party?
I want your gloves. If you're offering.
I think I'd be happy to share. I would like to see what happens if we put one glove on first.
Ooh, good
Just swim in
experiment.
circles.
Yeah.
I've seen
Just
this
go faster
story.
on this side than on this.
Slow down, you're making a whirlpool! So, what happens when you swim around?
With one glove?
One glove.
What happens when I swim with just one glove?
You go around in circles.
Yes! Okay, I can't do this.
Okay,
I could
well,
be a DM.
Are they very nice gloves? What are they made of?
Oh, they're soft doe skin.
Oh,
a little
Dyed
inky.
with silver inlet
A little inky.
and a bit of
Got some octopus ink in
mother
there
of
still.
pearl on the knuckles for punching.
And they're soaking wet.
Nice.
And they're so good.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're all underwater.
Or are they?
Right.
So. Ooh.
No, actually they're totally dry in the water, which is really weird.
That's super weird.
Yeah, especially
So that you can climb underwater.
Oh, yeah.
You need
You don't want to
bridges.
lose your grip on your
Yeah.
gloves.
That makes total sense.
I feel like there's going to be a moment where the water's going to rush, Idol's going to hold onto the wall, and we're all going to get sucked down the drain, and she's going to be fine. We're gonna be like,
Bye.
Why do you give Mark these ideas?
That's the last thing that happens at the corpse work.
Good
sort
question
of
in
pulls
chat.
the plug.
Good question in chat. What color are the gloves?
You know what's funny? They shimmer in the water, and really it's Idle's choice.
Ooh. Well, I'm making them purple.
They slowly come into focus as purple
Yeah.
gloves.
They are purple.
This is good. Now I don't have to change my entire outfit to
Oh, no,
relate
no,
with the
yeah.
gloves.
No, we're going to use that video game conceit for sure. You get it right.
Transmog.
Are we too loud? Yeah, we'll clip it all.
Yeah, I was just fixing that a little bit.
Still with that terrible rash on the DM's neck.
Oh, sorry.
No, I don't. I just think it's
That's not a rash. That's what you normally look like.
I swam down here to be with you through the jellyfish. So yes, so the tunnel itself, conveniently as always, is about a 10-foot in diameter tunnel. It looks like it was bored in, and it looks like it actually goes down and then starts to slope back up, which would be up into the bulk of the shot itself, which, as you may recall, was pretty large.
That is
It's well over 100 feet in diameter.
There was the big throbbing rock.
Yes, the
throbbing rock of evil.
if you prefer to call it that. Yes, yes. It was the shot that like a catapult ball, right?
The throbbing shot.
What? Yeah, the throbbing catapult ball.
Right.
Now that we've all got that out of the way, it's like here's the power. See, I was gonna have two initially, but then I realized that
Right. Yeah, that was a really
that would be a
smart call.
ball too far.
Yeah.
Yes,
Only because they're resting at the base of the tower.
that's right. I did do a side. I'm like, no, that's not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
a little kelp flowing
What are
around
we,
the
Jeff
bottom.
Bezos? Yes.
Anyway,
So, party, here we are.
it goes down like that.
Yes.
All right, that is like a toilet, so we're going to get flushed. I'm just kidding.
Or it's probably because where it is resting somewhat under that you would probably be going up.
We don't have much time, right? We got to get done with this.
Yeah, we've only got like 3 hours on
Where's
this.
the navigator? Let's do the
Yeah, we
navigator.
got-
Yes, actually, so it's been 3 hours. It's probably been about 2 hours.
Yeah, we need to get the navigator in GTFO.
Yeah.
In the parlance of underwater people.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Siren. That's Siren for leave quickly.
Yeah, that's right. The ancient tongue. So, all right. So you swim in. What is the swimming order?
Well, you're still
I guess
connected,
I'm
right?
probably
Yeah, you should
first.
be in
If I
front.
can still sense kind of where the navigator is or what
Yeah.
direction,
Yeah.
then yeah.
Yes, it is that way. Now you could also, if you want to, because it's wide enough, you could swim 2 abreast stroke.
I'm a-
just thought of that one, but
Right.
it is true.
I'll re-octopi up because I can see well enough in the water and that kind of thing, and then keep in front of us as like an initial. I mean,
This is your last octopi, correct?
short rest brings it back.
Oh, that's really good. So
Yeah.
now you actually have 2.
So, yeah. I have one more pie after this pie.
So we've only got an hour
That's
left anyway.
16.
Oh, that's true.
That's so many pies.
That's so
I'll
many
be
pies.
fun. Uh-oh.
All right, so you swim into the tunnel. Idle in the lead. Rest of the party, I'll just like see if in a moment if that actually
Are
matters.
you,
Yeah,
are you
we're
actually trying to?
probably-
I
don't know.
Do you want me to be in front?
We can be side by side.
Okay.
I'm going to stay side by side with Funk since he can see and I can stay above 0 hit points. It's a good.
I'm gonna hang out with the stone guy.
Oh.
Junior!
You
Ah,
choose.
yes. One
Junior
thing.
needs a mini.
That's true.
That it could just be a misprinted,
Yeah.
3D printed figure.
Oh, yeah.
Junior's a sharpener. Had to be some sort of mechanical thing.
So the water is tainted with blood as you swim through this. One good thing, Diedrich, actually, is that the runes of Gorgoron, like even where it's been bored through, somehow the runes have seeped through. It's a very weird thing, but they just, as they strobe very slowly, it illuminates. It's a horrific illumination because it basically pulls out the red, it dials
Right.
up the red, so it's like grayish and red, so making the blood very acute. But at least you're actually able to make out shapes.
Yeah, Diedrich is just sort of calmly extolling the virtues of evil runes.
Yes.
In the lighting of dark passageways.
Yes.
You don't see this with good aligned runes.
It's
It's really
true.
only the evils that
You,
really light up a place.
you can see where they put the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's quality craftsmanship. As you go, the other thing that you notice is that as you sort of ascend up into the center of the ball itself, still no enemies present themselves. All around the tunnel is actually spiked. There are spikes of the metal, and it sort of like pulses out in places,
Yeah.
almost as if it's reaching out towards you, but it can't quite feel it. But just sort of like that, right? Hungrily like strobing. As long as you swim in the middle of the tunnel, ain't no problems.
Why are there spikes in the tunnel?
The metal of the Gorgoron shot, right, was smooth, but as you swim, like you see it just like spikes of metal come up.
Coming out of the
Yes,
shot.
yes, like
Okay.
slight spears of metal around you,
Okay.
pulsing around the sides.
I'm worried of like an
As if the
Indiana
metal were a little bit
Jones
more to-
of thing of it, like it's slowly squeezing shut. I mean, but this is shot, right? So
Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
Like
We're
an
fine.
evil
Yeah,
sphincter.
it's metal
Right.
of some kind. It's metal of some
Okay.
kind. There's runes of destruction all around you, but fortunately, it gives you great lighting, dramatic lighting, and then some of the metal's
okay.
just like piercing like this as you near it,
So
as if it had a mind of its
We
own.
need to get that fucking little ball and get the hell out.
I feel like we're gonna have to move very quickly, very soon.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Studying the pace of the pulse, trying to
Pick
Yeah,
up the
this is
beat.
Rocking out.
It's-
figure out
it's-
if there's any pattern to it, any rhythm to it, or if it's just arbitrary and hard to follow.
Yeah, what's the RPM?
Sorry, yeah.
BPM.
That's
With
fine.
your acute timing as a bard,
It's not
you think that
revolving.
it's just kind of a standard like. So the
Regular,
strobing and the
rhythmic.
spikes.
Okay.
Yeah. Although the spikes do seem more pronounced as you get nearer to them, which as you would be swimming, one errant stroke brings you a little bit over the walls. So what you take out of that is probably don't get close to the walls if you can. Seems like a good safety spike.
Spikes are on the outbeat.
As you ascend up through the tunnel, continuing to swim in the blood-tainted water, you come out into a pool here. You can see that the water ends, and it looks like there's air.
Oh, well, let's go up. Let's go up that way.
That is where the level design is taking us.
Below us?
Oh yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. It's a straight shot
It's a capsule of air above us or below us?
above you.
Okay.
Coming
That
out
makes
of the
more
pool.
Yeah, you can tell like that there's basically a surface.
Right.
Let's
Yep.
let's continue
Swim
up.
for the surface.
All right, and place your minis.
I'm gonna be in.
Please never change out of the octopus form while we.
I was gonna say that I was gonna just hang out here for like,
Yeah.
and if something happens, I actually have very long tentacles.
I'm pulling
Do
up
the
the
We can just
Oh,
throw
yeah.
enemies into the water and
Nice.
grab them.
I like throwing things at.
Those aren't
bears
members
to
of the
eat.
party, Mark.
Those aren't members.
I'm
of
sure
the
it's
party.
fine.
Who are these guys?
They're fine. They're fine. Your heads break the water, and you actually see what you kind of remember. I think you especially would remember. It looks like the Sahaugen priestess that had originally jacked you. And she wears the raiment of Sikola, the god of the Sahaugen, broken shells and the various remnants of past foes and cursed totems and things like that. You see, like, all around you, the walls of this rather large chamber, also being about 30 feet tall or so, continues that motif of runes, red, and spikes pulsing out slightly. Across the way from you, where you see the antlered person, I don't have a really good hideous woman, but you see an incredibly hideous human woman who is waiting for you there as you crest the water. And she gives you the Overlord clap, slightly the... No, it's not a throne room battle. But she's like, and at last, the Faceless have arrived.
Oh, she knows who we are.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah,
That's us.
cool.
Right? You say treading water. It's
Yep.
like, this is also important. While it is extremely fetid, and a human without aid would not be able to breathe this air comfortably, it is in fact not a water-filled castle. It is actually air.
Right.
Or not water.
Right.
So, they're standing there. Well, do come out of the water.
One large
Won't
tentacle
you?
waves.
And we're sure that the thing is in here.
Do I sense it?
You do. In fact, you see
Oh.
the navigator is like floating. It appears to be
Yeah.
floating on its own, just behind them.
Yup.
And they are, yes, like, well, don't be shy. Come into my hollow.
Yeah. You've got something that belongs to me, actually.
Is it truly yours?
Yeah?
It actually
Yes.
is.
It seems
She's right.
we're buds. We're friends.
It likes us.
And friends don't lie to one another.
Generally.
Well, then why did it call to me, sweet thing?
I don't know why it called to you, but
Funny booty call?
I mean, just because we're friends doesn't mean I, control who it gets to hang out with. That would be
Nice.
nasty.
It's creepy.
Yes, well, it would prefer to hang out with me.
Do you think?
Oh! I heard
Okay.
it call to me through the depths. I
Okay.
heard its call. I was pulled.
Okay, but here you stabbed me through the chest with a harpoon and stole it from me. And that's not very nice behavior.
Not I. Tlakatha, did your boys do something evil?
Takatha! Did your boys do something evil?
That's no, actually.
Unless it means yes, and then Bob means yes.
You'll have to forgive Tlakatha. She hates the air. But I rather like it, and I take comfort in her displeasure.
What a jerk.
Yeah,
I
you
can tell,
you don't seem very nice. Anyway,
I think she's redeemable. I feel good
ya?
qualities in her.
Do
I
ya?
see them. Yeah, the antlers.
okay.
Antlers, she's like
Antlers are,
wildlife.
Wildlife. Yeah.
I gesture with 7 of my tentacles and just go to her then for do what you will.
Should we get out of the pool and go?
Yeah.
Let's get out of the
Can we
pool.
step onto land here?
You absolutely may.
Yep.
You see Tlakatha like start to take a menacing step forward, and you see Stagnatia is Stagnatia.
That's very good.
Just says, let them visit. So there you are. It's like, so what would you have of us?
The orb. The
Yeah.
one you took. We want it back. Need it back, actually.
Oh, need is such a delightful thing to hear. And when people need things, they are willing to part with other things. What would you part with, heroes?
I could part with a couple arrows.
You're evil. We'll part with your evil.
Oh,
Can
but
we
my
do that?
evil is endemic to my soul.
Are you getting the joke? Like part with arrows because I like shooting.
Well, you're gonna
and
shoot
they-
them
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I got that joke.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure because you weren't laughing, so
It's hard for me to laugh. I'm more cackle. Sorry. Yes, so you're all arrayed out there. She says, what would you be willing to part with? Promises, boons, favors, limbs?
I'm
Years
just
of
gonna
your
go up
life.
and take the navigator.
Yeah.
You start to walk
walking.
forward.
Just
All right,
approach.
Okay.
as you start to walk forward, as soon as you start to walk
Done
forward,
with this.
as soon as you start to walk forward, she goes, droll, and then initiative. Let us all roll some exciting initiative.
How about boring initiative?
Yeah,
That's
boring
all we
initiative.
got.
Mine's pretty exciting.
That always seems to be the case, doesn't it? Maybe we are going to have to try this today, Frank.
Okay.
Being the
You want me to
no, wait,
initiative?
no. Yes, does anybody beat a 20? I actually I have to do this. I just realized.
Hello, Michael.
Does anybody beat a
In the
20?
morning?
Hey?
In the morning?
Yes.
Excellent.
All right. Anybody beat a 12? No.
No.
How about
You wanna roll one?
15?
Yes.
All right, go
All
for
right.
it.
Oh,
Seven.
Oh, that's good.
Michael's
you're going to go
initiative
slower in the
sucks.
round, Michael.
I'm gonna take that because that roll was better than mine.
You got a 16?
17.
Okay, 17. Anybody else? No? All right. That's interesting. How about 15? 14.
Oh boy.
14. All right. Right.
Just slotting in everyone in chat. And then
Yeah, we got some numbers coming out
Not
in
quite
chat.
yet, but I do love it. Chat, I love the enthusiasm. I love where your heads are at. I do. I do. We are going to have time for you guys. Anyone beat a 10?
I do.
On?
With the 13.
Woo!
Yep. And
Right behind
and
Frank.
my shield.
Yes!
And I have
See?
a 10.
Perfect. And unless I miss my guess, that's the whole party. All
Nice.
right. I think I put that right there.
I was gonna go last anyway.
Oh, sorry.
Nope.
And then
Well,
definitely
actually,
everybody.
You know
I
what?
wasn't
You have this
mistaken.
moment where you're like,
That's
oh, I
okay.
brought an octopus to an air fight.
Well, I technically have speed 10,
Yes, that's true.
and I
That would be
can't
fun to watch.
and I can breathe for an hour.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be just kind of like the monster of the lagoon for a little bit, just around the edge,
Right, right.
and I'll do what I can. But I also have a 15-foot reach.
Yes, and you can always
Oh.
give the party a hand.
Exactly.
Multiple.
A tentacle.
What are you on, just for the sake of discussion?
Well, I rolled a 2,
Okay.
but then Mike came in and rolled a 7, so I'm going
Let's
to
go
say
with
I'm
a 2.
cool.
Fuck the platter. Basically, that's
Wow.
what it was.
It's the only time the platter's ever been overruled.
right. All right. Actually, I realize that's a secret thing for now.
Oh.
You'll get it in just a moment.
Okay.
All right. So, as you step forward, she says, "How droll!" She utters a sharp word, just immediately. And remember that pulse that had actually happened in Corpse Smirk earlier? It was like, boom. Well, that happens inside of here. With a deep resonance, the entire chamber just fills with a bone-shaking, and the runes all around the chamber glow hotly and brightly. Con check for me, please. This is just straight-up ability check. You are rolling at disadvantage. If you have exhaustion,
Right.
you're
It's
rolling.
not going to get lower than this.
All right.
Both of them, let's see.
Well,
So the lowest was a
disadvantage means
13.
All right. If you beat a 12,
Uh-oh.
nothing happens. If you don't beat a 12, you are poisoned in that way that you were previously, just sickened by kind of like the miasma of destruction that is Gordoron's touch. However, you can do another save at disadvantage if you failed at disadvantage. You can do another save at the end of your turn, every turn, until you overthrow.
Do you want to do anything for critical failure?
Teacher,
would it
you
be,
forgot to
be
give us
too
homework.
déclassé to have you barf again?
I will barf all over the place.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Can I barf on her?
No, you're not close enough yet. In fact, actually, let's go back here because it's as you make a threatening move.
That wasn't threatening.
Right, as you, we're going to
was
take
regal.
that shit. Right?
Yeah.
It's like, right, well,
She's very
fair.
easily threatened.
Yes.
Personal
So,
space.
all right. After that, Idol, you're up.
I'm gonna shoot her.
All right. Yeah, that seems like a good call.
Yep.
Was it a joke?
Right, well, I meant every word of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Pretty
use
funny
one of
now.
my plus
Well,
one
it's funny because it's true.
arrows.
Topical.
So here we go. So that's a 21.
Oh, and 21 hits.
Yeah. Let's see.
Who's laughing now?
No sneak attack damage,
Cackling
I
is
think
really all
so.
she does.
but-
Who's cackling,
Who's
now?
cackling now?
Max damage. Okay,
Holy
so
smokes.
let's see. +4, but +5 because it's a +1 arrow. So 13 damage.
Oh my gosh, that is so good.
It's very good.
That is so good. All right, that buries itself straight into her shoulder, thunk with a meaty thunk, and she actually, cackling sucks. It's really more of a hurt cackle at this point.
Do you want more arrows? Because I've got more.
That's a pretty nice arrow. Well done. All right, and then actually she gets to go. So, and Varys, you're back here.
That would be me.
Oh, that would be you.
Yeah,
Who's
that's
this?
Frank.
Oh, that's Franklin, statue friend.
Statue friend, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. She says, "You have endured." This is the free action that all villains get to take in their lair. She says, "You have endured much horror in Corpsmurk, but still, we have some left to show you." And her already hideous features run off of her face, revealing something that is truly, truly horrific. It's a sea kelped, drenched hag with long, grim features, slimy skin. It looks like it's
What's your name,
putrefied in
Greg?
places. Greg?
Don't make an old Greg reference now. Let him talk.
No. And it is so terribly horrifying that it actually has a supernatural wash over you effect, which is now a wisdom check, please. And again, ability checks are at
Right.
disadvantage. If that's what you've got, you're beating a 12.
Ooh, okay.
13.
13, wonderful.
I rolled 2 13s.
4, all right, hold that for a moment. If you fail, if you do not beat a 12 or better rather, you're frightened. This is where you are literally so terrified by the actual face of Stagnatia, who you realize you've heard rumors of this, which it's a sea hag. So horrible creatures, crones that actually live deep and drag sailors down to their death. You are frightened. And frightened is, I always look on the screen, just when I think I know, why in the world? Poison petrifies, paralyzed, invisible, blinded, charmed, deaf, and frightened. The frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks. You've already beat that. You're already ahead of the game.
I was going to add
tackles.
another disadvantage die.
Well, no. Just 2 on the ability, but also now disadvantage on attack. Now, this lasts for a minute, or again, you can make these saves. So at the end of the thing, you can try again, admittedly at disadvantage if you failed that, but you can try to make that save to throw off the frightened effect. The other thing that happens with frightened people, keeps losing frightened, you can't willingly move closer to the source of the fear. So if you have failed, you cannot actually close the distance with Stagnation. Okay? Frunk, it is your turn.
Okay, so I can't close on her. Can I not
Actually,
go in that direction at all?
You are out of the range of her.
You didn't even have to roll.
No, you didn't even have to roll, and I apologize if that's like,
Oh,
yes.
snap.
Because you're standing in the back.
Yeah, interesting.
Right.
That's heroes
Erase
stand in the back. Heroes stand in the
Not,
back.
or just put a knot in
Not right. Okay. Well then, so we've got she's out there. There's this other ugly guy waiting in the wings over there.
That would be Flakatha,
I think it's
the Sahaugan priestess.
Oh, okay.
I'm a
I got
girl.
confused about
It's
who's a hag. And,
I know it, right? He's a beautiful soul.
I mean,
okay.
they're all beautiful souls.
They are all beautiful souls.
Just ugly on the outside.
So can I close all the way on?
You can, as you start running, and I'm going to give you the chance to do this.
Okay.
As you start running at full move, the floor starts spiking up underneath your feet,
Luckily,
as if to impede. However,
I'm on stat.
oh, you are! That is the best, because you're right. Because Statue Friend actually said crunch, crunch, crunch.
On top of that, Statue Friend's really good at DDR.
Yeah. Well, that's what everybody else is going to have to do, but we'll get there in a bit. You're right, Statue Friend. You beat it. Well done. So yes, all right. So yes, go
All right,
ahead.
so I'm gonna just charge on the back of Statue Friend over
Yes.
to her, and I'll stay as high on his shoulders as I can and rear up my trident and just throw it down at her
Nice.
from on top of Statue Friend
Nice.
first. That is. and
Splash, you're up next.
I am, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a 23.
All right, 23 hits.
Great. And that means 8 plus 4, so that's 8 damage.
Alrighty. Cool. She you impale her. It scores quite a wicked blow across her collarbone. You actually see the green ichor of her hideous flesh, part, right? And green ichor comes out. So well done and good damage. Flash, you're up, and Diedrich, you are next.
So I can't move towards her.
You can, but here's what it'll be. It's as you're running, you can be dexterous, as you said. You can make a dex check.
What if I cast a spell?
You can cast a spell from there.
Afraid.
No
He's afraid,
worries.
I'm
right?
afraid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you can't, anyways, right. So yeah, you can cast a spell. Absolutely.
I'm gonna compelled duel.
Ooh, interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She comes to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then she's at a disadvantage.
Who's exhausted now?
Yes. Let me know.
She has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Whiz save. 15. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Oh, she does not make it. Tell me what happens.
All right. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand. For the duration, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than me,
Right.
and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from me.
So she will charge you. That's cool. What if you have a ranged attack?
What if I have a range?
No.
attack?
What if she has a ranged attack?
She's compelled.
She's compelled to charge you, not
she's
just attack
drawn to
only
me.
you.
Yeah, and
That's the power of charisma,
yeah.
right there. Right? It's I can't help it.
Yeah.
I like the cut of your jib, warrior.
I must kill it.
She's drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand, and she has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you.
All right.
I don't know.
I think
Doesn't
as long as she stays within 30 feet of him. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't specify
It
that
would
she
be-
has to move towards him.
She's just compelled.
Compelled.
She's drawn to.
drawn to you, so she can't move out of 30, which is fair, and then she has to attack you, which is also fair
Yeah.
and cool. But yeah, if it was like she had
Does
to charge,
have
it's
to attack
super
her, or
OP.
does she just have to take disadvantage if she doesn't attack?
Yeah, she's disadvantage if she doesn't attack me.
That's right. I looked really quickly to make sure.
Yeah, Wicked
is
also-
like, well, here's how it goes.
They're making a sandwich.
Yeah.
So when Wicked is back, yeah.
All right, so how I'm going to play it then is that she cannot attack anyone else, and she has to stay within 30 of you. And
Yeah.
that's fair.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All right.
Compelled.
Good job, Flash. Diedrich, you're up.
Yeah.
And Varys, you're up after.
So I need to do a dex save to get here? Is
Yes,
that,
and that
spells
dex
and
save
spells.
is a 12 at disadvantage.
how about a 9?
So
what happens to me?
So, you know what? And this is probably going to open the floodgates for everybody. You take 2 points of damage.
Oh, no.
Right. Right. So see, something like everybody's running up. What happened there? That doesn't seem that bad.
This ancient, godly ruined beast just gave me a paper cut.
I know.
What's the... So I'm exhausted and I'm poisoned. What does poison do?
Poisoned is... Let's again.
You just wanna
Poison
take a nap.
has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. But you're just
Okay.
getting stacked up on this. So
All right, so I
basically
still
now
have
this is just...
disadvantage
Yeah,
on everything.
it's basically everything.
Okay, so I'm going to start swinging my axes at her, but my arms aren't really in it.
Right.
They're like
Your,
noodles.
your arms aren't really in it.
So the first one is a 12 to hit.
12 misses.
You know what? I'm going to turn the first one into a precision attack. So
Okay.
I will add 7 to that. So
That hits.
19 hit.
Yes, it does.
Alright, so I'll see how many hits I get before I roll damage. So then second attack is not good. And I'm going to burn Action Surge to swing a third time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
Ooh, that's
a
better.
22 to hit.
22 also hits.
Okay, so that's 2 hits, both with my magic one. So that's a total of some number.
Some number.
15 total damage.
That is a huge hit.
Alright.
That is a huge hit. Proof that you never bring a few NPCs to a party battle. That's what
We have
happens then.
every negative status effect now.
I know.
This is fun.
That's fine. Doesn't feel fine. Varys, you're up. You actually see that Stagnatia is bleeding freely.
Oh, you just basically that undid compelled duel.
What?
If a creature friendly to you damages the target or casts a harmful spell on it, or if you end your turn more than 30 feet away from the target, that's okay.
I'm sorry.
You should have
You gotta give me the
specified
warning.
that feels like an important call out, Eon.
Not that you guys would know.
That's-
First level paladin spell. Which of you guys have been to first level paladin school?
I mean,
I took a correspondence course.
Right.
I never
They
finished
didn't,
it.
they didn't get to that point. We only got to the first paragraph.
That's right. She's like, I have eyes only for you, Jaflash. Now you also are on my shit list.
As it should be.
As it should be, right? But you did actually. That was a heck of a blow.
All right.
So, cool. Varys, you're up, and then it's back to the top of the order.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tentatively slither my way.
Tentatively.
Tentatively slither my way out.
I just go ahead.
But-
Keep talking.
But I can only move.
Ten,
I can only move 10 feet, so I'm just gonna kind of slither over Jaflash here, over to there, and that's it. That's 5. So I have a question. Is this 15 feet is my tentacle reach? So 1, 2, 3 would be 15 feet, right? But it's kind of like
Well,
you
yes,
are
and
dressed
you
like
would
a
also
spirit
have to
animal.
do your check.
I'd have to do the other
Wait,
check.
hold on.
Just
If
like
I,
two
I guess if I
bears.
unzip. Bob's zipped up.
What's happening?
Okay,
Party
no,
unity.
it's not.
Gonna roll.
Chad
for it.
is
Go
giving me a hard time.
Okay. So I did. That would be 13. Is 13 hit?
13 does not hit.
Okay. That's. We'll just say I don't even need to roll again because if 13 doesn't hit, then disadvantage. Then I want to spend some rolls trying to get rid of exhaustion and the poison thing. Can
Okay.
I do that? Cool. All right. 15
Are
plus...
you at any disadvantage for that?
Oh, yeah, right.
Through exhaustion?
There we go.
Through...
So,
Okay.
yeah, so that would be 13, or excuse me, 15.
15 is good.
Cool, so I've released poison or exhaustion?
You can't save off exhaustion. But
Okay,
Yeah,
so the
exhaustion is
poison.
just a thing. So you're still going to be at disadvantage, but
Man,
you're no
if I
longer
could roll to not
corrupted.
be exhausted in life.
Yeah, look at me.
Oh,
Especially if
boy.
it was
Shit.
with a D20
it's a
still.
coffee check.
I guess it is a coffee.
Yeah.
I get so
I'm
much
rolling to
done.
go to
Look at the
coffee.
halftime of a game. Oh, I did it.
All right, so the poison, but I still have the...
All right, yeah, it's more of like a corruption, but poison is the effect.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
So
like
that one's...
shake
I'm
off.
going to do the for fear. But this... Do
Also
I...
still at disadvantage.
Still disadvantage, okay. And then I guess that would be 13.
Okay, 13 is good enough.
I'm not afraid anymore!
I'm not afraid. I love it.
You hear a squid go, woo,
So
excitedly.
who is still afraid? Just FYI. You're still afraid? Anybody else? Nobody else is frightened? Okay. All right, that's good to know. All right, the Saugan Priestess goes, actually, bringing up the end of the order. She sees all kinds of crazy stuff going on. She knows a bad time when she sees
Just
it.
concern trolling.
She goes, whack, whack, and you'll note that for some reason it looks like the runes, the floor doesn't spiky bit her. That's not fair, but that's what happens. She goes over there, and then she utters another couple of sharp words in her weird tongue. And you see like some blood that was like still motes or something floating in the air, like coalesce around Stagnatia. And she seems to be a little bit better. Just a little bit better.
Darn it.
Just a little bit better.
Wait, they have a healer?
It's not fair, right? Then it goes back to the top of the order, and that's one. Yeah, I think this would be the time to go for that one. Stagnatia also utters another phrase, and you see even more air go through. Give me 1 second, because math sucks.
I don't think there's any counter spells in our group.
No.
So, yeah, and it's weird. It's like the orb has its own sort of things that it's bequeathing, that she seems to be able to call upon certain powers. She's probably dwelled here a very long time and attuned herself in some way to this horrible energy. But being that close, this is a bonus action for her. She's just... And the air, like you see tendrils of what looks like bloody mist surge into her body, and wounds close up. Not all of them, but some. She appears to be a little bit better. And your flash is in the back.
I am.
You're right there, right?
That is apparently, yes.
And if Stagnatia breaks free, she's going to get an Oppie, correct?
For me, yeah.
Yeah. Does she take the Oppie, friends? Sorry. You'd think she'd be a brilliant tactician, but...
She's not compelled anymore.
No, she's not compelled anymore. But there's this thing that she can do. Does a 5-foot step trigger a attack of opportunity?
Well,
She didn't
it's an
actually-
action. You have to take the disengage action.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're a rogue, in which case
This is
it
where
is a
I
bonus
still need
action.
red ropes of
But
third.
she's not moving out of my engagement. She can move within my engagement without triggering.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is what she basically does. Because as I recall, that is she does. She takes that move, and she does actually fix eyes with you, and she goes, "No one casts spells on stagnation." And her eyes glow, and like the hideousness of her face pulls out and goes straight at you, like an image of her face washes over you. A will save, please.
A will
Whiz, sorry,
save?
Whiz. That's the
That's
Whiz. The old third, kick it up
That's a
again.
different. Am I
Yeah.
at a disadvantage?
You are if you are still you're exhausted, so yes.
I am exhausted.
Whiz save,
And I'm
yes.
afraid.
According to Wicked, anyone can disengage as an action. Rogues can do it as a bonus action.
Oh, that's awesome.
That sucks.
Thank you.
What is it?
I got. What was it? Wisdom?
Yes, wisdom.
13.
13 whiz.
I
Oh,
would have gotten a 22.
all right, that's good enough. With disadvantage, huh? Nothing.
Yep. Yeah, 20 and an 11.
All right. Well, this is where the world splits, and in one world, Mark is happy as the dungeon master because your flash drops to 0 hit points,
Wow.
being able to have bagged 2 party members at the 0 club.
It's not going to happen.
It's
She's
not
gotta
going to
look at
happen
me.
though, because in this world.
Eyes on me, stagnation.
In this world, that doesn't happen. And in
I
fact,
just hold the shield up. The
I was
shield's
going to
just like-
say, actually, her face collides with your beautiful face on the
Yeah.
outside of the shield, and the
And
two
it's like-
faces. What happens when a hideous object meets an immovable, beautiful face?
Everyone feels love
Yes. And in fact, yes, the blood coalesces into hearts.
Yeah.
And she
and
curses.
butterflies.
Curse you, she literally says. Paladin! All right, well, bummer.
Has she discovered the power of love? Does that happen? Oh, it doesn't sound like it.
No.
Sounds
no,
like not.
No. Frunk is up, and then Shaflash, you're up again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I think
When do I get
you-
to roll to do?
you
Oh, I'm sorry. I did the lair move, right? Yeah, sorry. I know you're up. This is why DMs shouldn't do initiative. Well, now actually, you know what's funny? You can, Frunk. Because you see,
Layer move.
yeah,
Ah.
now you know what's going down in the haunt of Gorgoron.
So she says she doesn't like people casting spells on her, huh?
That's what she said so far.
Well, yeah, I think I'll just cast sleep, and I'll cast it right about there, so
Oh,
she's
TikTok.
within the 20 feet, but
Yes.
but we're not. And so I roll 5d8.
Yes. And this is how many people get affected.
Yeah,
It's the
well,
hit
it's
points.
the number of hit points. Thank you. I think I've got one more in here.
I've
Oh,
got
so nervy, so
many.
nervy.
And by so many, I mean
I just need
only
one more.
two.
One more.
Here, this one has purple.
It does.
It's for you.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
It's probably not actually going to be that high of a number. Don't worry.
I don't know.
No, it's really not. That's really not that bad. You did it. How do you?
That was
How did
great.
you
That's,
do that
that's incredible.
fast?
I wish I had that power.
Rain Man.
Okay, that's fine.
Throw them up in the air, and that could actually
I
all be
can't-
possible.
I just can't put numbers together.
Yeah,
so
me neither.
we'll go. Okay, so it's not really very much.
Okay, but how much?
15.
So, and does that that's how much total people are
That
affected?
is the number of hit points
Of creatures
of
affected.
creatures
So
that I
So
can
if they
affect.
all surpass that number,
Then nothing.
Nothing
Oh,
happens.
that's interesting. All right, that's interesting. Sleep is a real swingy thing.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Unfortunately, there's no sleep for the wicked. So in this particular instance,
Aw.
you did wicked also.
Oh.
No sleep for you, wicked. So all right,
Not
yeah.
yet anyway. Please get 8 hours of sleep tonight. Later, just not now.
Right. She looks at you derisively. Which, by the
You're
way,
welcome.
Idol, you know, as an Eladrin and as lore from the Feywild, these types of hags actually originated there. They used to actually haunt the oceans of the Feywild.
Ugh.
And they sometimes bleed through and make up horrible haunts, basically, in really terrible places of the world. And so she looks at you in disgust and says, I hope that's not the extent of your magic.
Oh,
Your turn.
Frunk! No. She
Oh,
went,
they
she's
skipped
terrified. Yeah, I skipped ahead. Very
Oh.
cheaty, like.
Okay, got it.
That was another layer move
All
she
right.
can do is jump in the initiative order. Frunk's up and then she flash.
Okay.
I've just co-opted your responsibility.
When do we get to roll to sort of defeat our not exhaustion?
We were supposed to do it at
End
the
of
end of
every
our turns. So we both
And
forgot to do that last time.
Oh,
Should
go
we
ahead.
do it now?
By all means. By all means.
Do we roll at a
Huh.
disadvantage?
Not
While you're doing
unreasonable.
it.
yes.
What's the navigator is hanging out behind them?
Yes. Where that D6 is, it just appears to be floating in the air.
It is con.
It's con 13.
Just like about 10 feet.
Oh, this is for the frightened.
Very reasonable. Very reasonable.
Frightened? Or for the
Yeah,
poison?
You see,
I'm
you
not
can get
poisoned,
it.
I'm
You can
frightened.
Okay.
What I was
yes, then
specifically
wisdom.
thinking is, I was going to not disengage from them,
Mhm.
but actually just send Junior on a mission because it's pretty close by. I was going to hop off of Junior for my move and see if I could empathetically compel him to go around and try and snatch the thing while I keep them occupied.
That's interesting. That would actually, you've never done a move like that before. But here's the thing, you could try it. There's probably going to need to be a wisdom check for you to be able to do that. Empathy is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And then in the future, if you actually want to start using statue remotely, that's something you can attune more to. So this check's going to be really hard because you're just kind of making it up on the fly. But in the
Sure.
future,
Is empathy
that
wisdom?
is... I think so. What else would it be? Intelligence. Smart people aren't empathetic.
Hey.
Charisma.
I mean,
That doesn't help. That doesn't help me.
I was yeah, so we like wisdom, but I mean maybe charisma. I could see charisma.
I don't know.
Yeah, charisma, wisdom.
It doesn't make a difference for Frank.
All right. So yeah, we'll make that hard at 18 because you're just gonna like try to conjure this up. I'm gonna just try to command my empath statue to do this.
So I'm going to leap down from him and sort of try and compel him to go around while I descend in front of them and cast Cloud of Daggers.
Oh, you and your cloud of daggers! You and your cloud of daggers!
It's like your signature spell.
It is. It really is.
Yes.
It really is.
So that is a level 2 spell in
Mhm.
which the 5-foot cube that hopefully encompasses both of those monsters.
There's not even a save.
There's
right?
not even a save. It just fills with daggers.
Yeah.
And
A
at the
cloud
start
of
of
them.
Staring daggers.
I'm full of them.
Right.
And at the
right.
start of their turn, if they're in it, then they have to take damage. And if they enter it, they have to take damage.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just basically, I just set a
damage
time bomb
box.
for them.
Yeah, that they're standing on.
When it's their turn,
I love it. All right, so you drop the daggers.
they drop the daggers and quietly, silently, empathetically encourage.
Just put it where they are, just so we know, just so we all enjoy daggers. Oh gosh, that's such precision boxing. Dagger boxing is what we call that.
2 brackets.
It's called stabbing.
But wisdom
Dagger
save to
boxing.
try and
That's what I
encourage
do.
Junior to
In a
go
Wes Anderson
see if he
film,
can
it's called
snatch
dagger
the
All right,
navigator.
I guess we'll just do ability. Go ahead.
16.
16 is not quite good enough.
Okay.
It was really hard. I love the moxie. It would have been great,
Sure.
but to pull that off like on the fly, let's bookmark that. And
Okay.
when you were attuning
So
things,
Junior's still just hanging out, going,
yeah, kind of. Well, still feeding off of you, really. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of bobbing and weaving and
Uh-huh.
trying to conjure a dagger box of its own.
He mimes the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
He does this but doesn't move.
Right.
Picks up nothing.
Yes. so now is it to the side of you?
Yes,
Do a mini for statue. I have a great stone golem mini that would work in a heart, and it's large like you are. All right, is your turn? So is your flash,
Yeah.
and then Diedrich.
Well, I rolled a 14 to not be frightened.
Okay.
Am I no longer frightened?
You are no longer frightened.
All right, sweet.
You are no longer frightened, and that was
I'm gonna
exhaustion. So at disadvantage, you
Yeah.
still did it.
Yeah.
Just checking because disadvantage is like
because I rolled
the
a,
DM's friend.
I rolled
We
rolled
watched
a
each other do
17.
it, and we both succeeded. So
All right,
it's fine.
That's right. That's all D&D.
Technically, Tracy was overseeing
Yeah,
it,
I
so
mean,
there were no
I, a
shenanigans.
neutral and disinterested party, can confirm that they're liars. No, they did. It's all good.
Well, I'm all out of spells.
I'm all out of spells. But you can still close.
I'm gonna close. Yeah, and just hold.
Now you can move it half for no save, or you can go dex, which would be a disadvantage because you're still exhausted, or you just take the d4.
I'm just taking the D4. Roll the D4, Mark.
Yeah, roll the d4.
He's not even gonna try to save.
I wouldn't either. 2 points of damage on the impotent little spikes, which I've already realized is terrible amount of damage.
There you go.
True to my word, though, I will. All right, so
Yeah, so I want to be right in there
all right,
with my shield.
as you will.
And my-
How about
and my-
is that like here? Is that
Why
what
did
you-
I get the old man mini?
You don't have to pick your own damn mini.
But you literally, like, I just realized he's got
or
like
hero
some
forge like the rest of us.
That's really hip nowadays. That's really hip.
stash
Silver hair. That's what it is. You dyed it.
with the Sam Waterson mustache.
Deadwood. Very popular.
Whatever.
All right, you close with her, and also because the save was free, and then the move. Anything else you want to do?
Not right now.
Okay.
Cool. Holding it.
Holding it. Varys.
All right.
Oh no! See,
No,
this is
Dietrich.
why. This is why I delegate. This is why I delegate.
All right. So I got a 13 to free myself of poison. Is
You
that
also
enough?
are
Perfect.
freed of the poisons.
So I'm going to charge a little bit forward because I did not like that this fish monster healed the wounds I had just created. I worked really hard on those! So I'm going to attack him.
Or her.
Or her. Or her. Yeah, what
Or
is
they.
this?
Fish
So
monsters.
the first one's a 23, second one's an 11.
Okay, 23 definitely hits.
You know what? I'm going to do another precision attack on the 11. So now it's a 12.
That's what you need.
Not my... A 12? Oh, 12 hits the priestess?
Yes, they're
Great.
not, they're not
Nicely done.
highly armored.
All right. So that's going to be a total of 13 damage to the priestess.
No. You strike a very hard blow in her side, and Iker sprays
Two
out.
half hard
Oh,
blows.
wow. So you cut out like a slab
Yeah.
of Sahaugen, which is good eating.
Yeah.
So remember that's...
Sahaugen steak.
Yes, it is, actually. You did a nice Sahaugen steak. And she screams even more than she had been. All right. And then...
Varys.
Cool. I'm going to continue my little slope over there.
Nice.
And so I have a 15-foot reach with my tentacles, so I'm going to go around Jade Flash right now to give her a nice big little tentacle slap in the face and attempt for a grapple.
This is really awkward.
Look,
15-foot tentacle.
you got in between me and her, man. Like,
From her perspective, you just grew
Big
tentacles.
all right, and
Who's right
so,
now?
You're so broken. I'm
Okay.
sorry. It's just like so broken.
so roll it with disadvantage.
Yes.
I got actually an 18. So,
That hits.
Sweet.
That hits. You cobbled together a nice combat move.
yes. All right, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to re-roll that one. 6, 5, 11 plus 3 is 14. And if she doesn't make a DC 16 strength save, then I'm giving her a big old hug.
All right.
And she's
And me.
restrained.
It's like a double hug.
I'm very...
A 16. Oh, she's got it. She's got it.
All right.
She's got it. Which I will.
And by that you mean she is currently hugged because she likes to be hugged?
She's like, oh, the power of love. I see this. No,
She
that
has a
actually
plus.
strike it. She has a plus a lot because because
That's fair.
in the walls. I was just trying to say this. In the walls, like as you do, you're like, oh, you think you got it. In the walls again, like the power of Gorgoron surges through, and this like second wind actually and shrugs off your tentacles, like
Oh.
much stronger than her form would indicate.
Are you watching Mark's rolls?
No, I did. I was just curious.
You're
what
just
her
going to be
bonus is.
disappointed.
Well, I rolled a 14, so in fairness, it could have been anything, but it's pretty good. You feel like she really dominated that.
Cool.
check.
I give her a nice like towel whap. 14
Right.
damage.
Still, 14 damage.
Yeah.
Still really good. Still really good.
And I got to get closer to Flash for a moment, to that hug that I'm just
Okay.
desperately wanting.
Tlakatha. So Tlakatha is currently engaged.
Is it Plakatha?
Click.
Well, I said Tlakatha and then realized that Matt,
Yeah.
when he capably mocked me, it was true. It looked better on paper, but Tlakatha doesn't sounds pretty bad. So then I went with Tlit and just kind of changed it slightly. So it's Tlakatha. Pretend like the acoustics from the water made it hard to hear.
Okay.
So Tlakatha, what are you gonna do? Who's still? You guys are fatigued. All right. Ye who did all the damage.
Yeah.
Come
at me, sis.
She.
Oh, by the way, dagger time.
Oh, dagger time! Dagger
So-
time!
She's starting her turn in the cloud of daggers.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Which means
Pro tip at home.
10 damage.
Pro tip at home: never sick a few weekly spellcasters on an entire party. Never ends well for the weekly spellcaster. All right, just getting eviscerated, I realized, and she would need to move out of that cloud of daggers or take
else next
the
turn
damage.
she'll take it again.
And at the same time, so she would need to do the disengage action.
Which, as Wicked had brought up, that disengage only works with one person. So that if you have like two people, then only one person gets the opportunity attack. But the other person that they're disengaging from...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So if she disengaged and then moved, she couldn't attack.
Right. Or she could just slide over to the right and stay engaged with me without disengaging.
Yeah, she
Oh, she's next to Jaflash.
Isn't this
Lakatha?
Lakatha?
All right, yeah. So
Oh,
she's
okay.
gonna shift
Yeah.
out of the dagger zone.
out of the dagger zone
Into the axe zone.
back into the axe zone, so that she looks at you and her eyes start to swirl slightly, and you
Yeah.
actually start to see prisms
Like
of
googly,
light.
googly eyes.
A little bit, right? Like you just like start to fall a
creepy.
little bit into her
Oh.
eyes, and
Oh, Yeah, I hear you.
and suddenly your will is being sapped.
Mm-hmm.
But a wise person resists that.
They would if they were here.
Yes, this is a disadvantage. One might add,
Oh, well.
right?
Well-
Sure, yeah, that can get worse. It's an 8.
You sort of find yourself falling into her eyes in
Yeah.
gestures, and realize that in the process of doing that, you can no longer move
At all.
at all.
The song Happy Together starts
Okay.
playing.
So that happens. So like you just be a whole person. So
Okay.
now
I'm held.
you're held.
It's been a long time since someone held me.
I know this.
What you needed to do was ask.
You got an
I don't want
octopus
to
on
do it
24/7.
without your permission, but you're gonna get
My tentacles do this.
I've been here all along. So that happens, but remember at the end of your turn you can
I can resave.
Yeah,
Sure.
you can resave. So held.
Layer move.
Lair move. So
I feel like there
You're
should be,
enjoying
like,
it too
some-
much.
lair move.
Some sirens and lights and sound.
Well, I remember because there's party moves and then there's lair moves.
It's like
And
musical
just-
chairs. We all start rotating.
Is it gonna put those little 2 points of damage spikes on us again? What the shit?
She spins as she does. She actually turns into water. And just like splatters on the floor and then spins back up, and she appears there. That happened. And then you saw that happen. She just like, you actually know a few things about
Oh,
jaunting away.
looks familiar.
It looks familiar. Yes, it's a little bit of a wet
So what you're
step.
saying is we need a sponge.
Yes, because she left some of herself behind.
Right, like, I can
That's
sponge
good eating.
that up.
Yes, so that happened. You see her just like spin into a vortex of water and back up.
Uh-huh.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. And these are the things after the drama. By the way, Varys, this could be a great mini for you. That's what you said. Look like the dramatic.
That's what was under her other face.
Yeah, that's right. She's more horrific now. That was supposed to be a
That was,
big-
yeah. That's
Don't you
cold
think that
face.
could be a good Varys?
Potentially. I don't have
antlers, half animal.
I don't have
cannot
antlers.
see it anymore. I mean, it's only just an evil hag.
I know that's true. I know the poor
It's-
mini is going to weep itself to sleep.
I don't have the stick, the antlers, or
Idols
the
up?
cloak, or the spear.
Idol. It just got real.
Yeah, well, you
But
know,
from a very badly bleeding sea head.
yeah, I was so excited to use my sneak attack damage when the other people in range. So I'm just mad. So I'm just gonna Misty Step to right here behind
Oh! Yeah.
her and stab
Oh,
with
This
my
could be it.
daggers.
This could be
No
the
hard
finishing
feelings.
move. This could be the finishing
I
move.
sure hope so.
Oh, they still
Do I get sneak attack if I do this?
I don't think so. 'cause
I think
there's no
probably not
facing you need
technically,
to-
yeah. That's fine. Still.
I'd
So
be pretty
the
surprised.
opening one is the +1 dagger.
Right.
Okay, so I get 16 and 21.
Both of those hit.
Yay!
Oh, this could be the end. This could be the end of
It's
Stagnatia.
not gonna do a lot of damage, you guys. Like,
But
just calm
You'd
down.
imagine that she'd be lasting, stagnates.
Let's see.
Stagnation.
So an 8 and a 5.
Okay, that's pretty good. 13.
Yes.
We're going to do this math together, Idol.
We
I'm
can do
gonna say
it.
about we're gonna do this math together. All right, that you strike very hard, deep into her spongy body. She still remains upright, but you see blood now just chugging out and running down her back.
Yep.
And with that, she screams So she has to stay within range of you, right?
Does she?
Well, she has. She doesn't not to disengage.
Right, yeah.
So she shifts over here, says, "Ah, kill, bitch!" Boom, and like casts her hand out, and you see a blast of red energy come out. And as it does so, it looks like a battering ram just and strike you. Well, let's see. Actually, does it strike you, or do you definitely go out of the way? 15.
That misses.
All right.
Nice.
Wow, man. So it's like just blasts by you because you're so dexterous. You're able to like duck out of the way, and you see the beam go by. You feel like that could have done some decent damage if she would have hit.
Yeah.
But instead, she's the one crying now, and then
All right.
Front calls his own number.
All right. So,
Did you
so statue friend and I are gonna walk around to the other side of Diedrich and the priestess there, so that she is between me and the cloud of daggers, and we're going to as we walk around, statue friend and I begin a clap. Lay down a rhythm, which gives Diedrich some bardic inspiration.
Nice.
And then as I post up on the other side, on the downbeat, I cast Thunder Wave.
Oh, that's
I
great.
feel like it should have an AC/DC song associated with it.
That's
It's Thunderstruck.
Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
Thunder.
That was my half-orc bard stick.
Let's see how much it would cost to get the rights.
All right.
I mean, they're Australian. Maybe Michael knows
Yes,
that.
yes, yes.
Can we borrow this? We'll just take it
It'd be
ourselves.
cool.
We can just do it. The lawsuit's probably cheaper.
Better to ask forgiveness
do a
than
con
permission.
I mean, if someone else sang it here,
All right.
it would be okay.
A con save, you say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're going to tell me what I need, huh? That's one way to do it. 14.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
She
well,
seems hunted now, being surrounded by enemies.
so,
Priestess of the Black Hills. Maiden of Pain in Corpse Hollow.
I love our title.
Yeah.
I love our stream title.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so unfortunately, she doesn't get pushed into the cloud of daggers as I had hoped because of the save, but she at least takes 4 damage.
Okay. All right.
That's like a clouded.
That's almost as bad as Gorgoron spikes. So I feel like that's okay. But she does.
Half of that
She
damage
takes
was her
it.
feet sliding against the
Yeah,
spikes.
right, like actually sliding. No, or she got pushed back just enough that it shaved her back. Ugh. All right, Flash, you're up. And then Diedrich.
I can't make it over to Idle and you know.
Well, you could.
I think you
shoot,
could.
you take the
On the
damage.
diagonals is good.
Is your speed 30?
My speed is whatever. I don't have any dex. I'm at dex. I'm not
It's
very
30.
You're
It's
probably-
30.
who knows?
It's
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, you can
so
reach
I'm
make
all
it.
that way
space.
Yeah. That's
with the
why. That's why we
intent
put in the
of
grid.
just ramming her with the shield.
Oh yeah, nice. All right. Yeah.
At full speed.
Some bludgeoning
So
damage.
so I'll take some feet damage.
All right, some foot's damage. Come on, roll 2 more points of damage.
All right, yeah.
Shoot, I'll just mock.
It's always going to be 2 because it's 1 damage per foot.
Yeah.
Varys would take it.
There's a different version of this encounter that would have been cool, but it's overpowered for this, where the damage you take goes back to the hit points of the Lair Master. That would be pretty cool. Like a vampiric spikes, like as you run. So it's low, but it's all like, oh, thank you for the points. Anyways,
So I body slam her with the shield.
okay. All right, go ahead and roll. Make the attack.
Am I in that? I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted. It's ability checks, not attacks.
All right,
Frightened
sweet.
and poisoned were worse.
Good.
12 plus 3 for attack, right? So 15.
That hits. So bludgeoning with the shield. That's interesting. We're gonna say D6. Let's say
All right.
D6.
I have
D6 plus
those.
strength.
My strength's not so good.
What about charisma?
2.
2 points.
But I'm
all right.
there for you.
But
You need
still,
somebody
I
to
appreciate
intervene.
it.
smash and like you see not the condition, but you see her like dazed momentarily. Bam! Ah! Broken tooth in the process.
Seizure.
All I can do is try to save against hold person, right?
Uh-oh.
That's a 1.
You get
Oh,
held again.
So, yeah.
So the octopus gives you a hug.
Right.
Best day ever!
Now you're being uncomfortably grappled by Varys.
Diedrich just sort of sinks into the niceness of not having to move his body. Like, Actually, I've been holding my limbs up this whole time like a chump.
Somebody does one first.
Brock, I left you there to help him instead of me helping him, so you got it.
I got it.
Because all Varys is going to do is hug him.
I should have known not to cast spells. I just use my body. It's coming.
I'm
Hit to the chest.
Yep.
I'm gonna go slither over here a little bit
Mm-hmm.
to where
You're doing that half move, right?
yeah.
Or are you taking damage?
um
You go full move. You take. You just take.
I'm moving as I was climbing on the statue actually.
Oh, that's such a great, compelling visual. Okay. A octopus draped over a statue from Junior.
And then I wanted to reach for this.
That's
semi-transparent instead.
I was
Yes.
gonna
Oh, tentacling the
yeah,
navigator.
I was gonna reach for that and nab that.
Good idea.
So-
all right.
I reach for it.
All right. You reach out, and your tentacle goes through it, and it rips.
Damn it!
Son of a-
Ugh.
What the crap?
Does that count as? Is that my action now? Am I disappointed?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, the
Move,
octopus,
act.
like, how would you show disappointment as an octopus?
Okay. It's like,
Whoa.
do
Like a
something.
shadow puppet?
Do
Like a
something.
sad,
Do
something.
sad face?
Sad face. Because I do this, and then I do this, and then one more like.
All right. She casts a spectral trident appears before her, and it strikes out straight ahead at Diedrich.
This is
That's not how
Clefotha?
Yes, Cliff.
Chloe.
I'll never make this model mistake again. It's Soviet. We're gonna live through it together. 22.
To hit,
Yes,
and I can't move.
correct. Right.
It hits.
That is correct. All right. 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
And then you see her flick her gaze to the side. That's you, right, Frank?
Hey,
The trident like spins in the air and shoots right at you.
That's a cool trick.
Oh!
I want that trick.
And strikes you and dissipates. Because it strikes you, you know the periaptive tool?
Mhm.
Well, it strikes right at you and the tip hits perfectly in the tool's badge that you've had for so long, and it flares brightly, and her magic is dispelled.
Did you roll a
Nice.
1?
I did.
nice.
She looks agape, which for Sahaugen is kind of a standard.
Just kind of like
But
fish
still,
face.
yeah, fish-eyed. She goes fish-eyed.
Did you describe her expression as thunderstruck?
I wish, right? Yeah. Thunderstruck. And that thus ends Takatha's turn. Fortunately, Stagnatia, mistress of the haunt, is still up.
Layer move.
So she goes with the lair move. All right, okay, everyone. Deck save.
Dex save.
Deck save.
Ooh, I'm good at those.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
The floors and the walls, all of the
I
blood.
still roll as a disadvantage because of exhaustion.
Yes, all of the blood that has seeped into this shot over the centuries glistens and surges around the floor, and you find yourselves being swept up in it momentarily. A little bit like The Shining with the elevator, but not quite as bad. Who missed Thursday?
I failed, but can I fall over while held?
Yeah, it's even more so
Oh,
because you don't
I
have any
just
balance. Yeah,
So it's,
so everybody that fails is knocked prone.
what's the number
Question.
we're rolling
I'm-
against?
12.
Damn.
Varys is currently on top of Statue Friend.
Mm-hmm.
So does Statue Friend roll? Like
Also, can an octopus be anything but prone?
Man, these are deep philosophical questions deep in the lair.
You have,
Uh,
you have an auto mod on something really odd.
no, what's
Oh,
that?
it's probably my
It's the
name.
flash. It's flash
Yeah.
every time.
It is. Flash.
I'm not gonna permit it. I'm just gonna
To
look.
flash.
Oh,
It's
because it's
Jaflesh.
flash you specifically.
That's the triple X version, Jaflesh.
Yeah. Flash Gordon.
Ooh, wait, but we're all ignoring what Wicked is telling us, which is that we shouldn't be rolling a disadvantage on our saves.
Not saves, only checks.
Ability check. Well, this is an ability check. This is not a save. This is an
Okay.
ability check. This specifically.
Wait a minute.
Thank you. It's a dex. It's a dex.
Right, but it's not a dex check, it's a dex save.
That's
Because
interesting.
it's a save because it's a reaction to something?
So that doesn't count?
I'm confused.
I thought an ability save and check were the same. Wicked, over to you. Yeah, for exhaustion. It says disadvantage on ability checks.
The only difference that I know is that checks are proactive and saves are reactive. So it's like
Interesting.
if you're doing a dex check would be
You're attempting something.
would be
And in this
attempting
case,
something
attempting to stay on your
and
feet is not. That's
right, but it's a reaction because we're reacting to something that's happening to
Interesting.
us.
We are all
But I don't know
learning
what that
today.
means
We
as
are all
far
learning
as
today.
as far as exhaustion.
Here's a hint.
Which it says.
Here's a hint.
Yeah.
Exhaustion itself
Yes.
specifically says you take a disadvantage on saves at level 3.
There
So
we
that,
go.
that would be evidence that at level 1 we don't.
Oh.
All right, perfect. Which I have on my
Okay.
DM screen, but I never got that far.
So what does
Because
what
that
does
means
mean?
actually, so you don't roll at disadvantage.
So I got a
Yeah.
20.
So you did?
Yes.
Well, I mean that,
All right.
that would be your higher one.
Oh yeah, so we should
So
actually roll one
just
single
reroll.
one to find out.
Right,
'Cause
but
otherwise it's
you
advantage.
actually are at disadvantage. I'm saying, Mr. Health Person, because you have no
Okay.
dexterity. However, if everybody else
It's all
roll-
good.
Oh, it wasn't a 3. Well, I guess
that's
it
good.
is if
But
you
got-
had your
You said
whatever.
you got a 20
No,
last
oh,
time.
yeah,
Did you
you're
get a
right.
20?
Well, because I rolled 2 dice.
Because that would be advantage.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
no
All
fair.
right.
That's advantage.
All right. So once again, though, if,
So
we all
if
fall
now
over.
no
I'm
disadvantage,
fine.
Am I safe on top of the dude or?
Or as an octopus.
Yeah.
I have to roll for statue friend because
Oh yeah.
Right?
You would have been
That's fair.
safe.
and I'm going to
As
roll
an
at
octopus.
disadvantage. You can roll if you want to.
But
I'm
now
saying
statue
this
friend's gonna
because
ping
here's
you.
why. It doesn't actually have
I
any
can
sentience
squeeze out.
to monitor. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like it either falls or it doesn't.
False.
It falls, but that's pretty neat. Now I'm going to make one more because when it falls over, Varys, you take 3 more points of damage.
Aw.
As a couple of your tentacles are trapped under statue friend / function.
I just want to do the
I know, right?
statue.
It's like it does the same thing.
Oh, you.
We should also need to know that even octopi can be empathed with, and vice versa. So yes, but when statue friend gets back up, you will be depinned, or you can just tear the limbs off. Your thought.
I could squeeze and squish.
Right.
Yeah, it'll take me like a.
That might be a little damaging, but that's okay
Yeah.
because meanwhile, that was their move. Idle.
So for the record,
She's not prone.
I am not proud.
Not pro.
we could say Tracy's correct.
Yes.
For the that.
I get that. The logic makes sense. It's just interesting because
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
specifically
Yeah.
to do with exhaustion. It is kind of funny that it's one
Yeah.
but not the other. But if them's the rules, like
Yeah.
I'll take it.
and I'm sure it was balanced that way because those saves come up so much more often. It's like
Yeah.
that's a pretty grim thing to impose with one level of exhaustion. All right, over to you.
Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna stab her again with both my daggers. Same deal. I'll pick one as the +1. Those are both pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So that's I'm not even gonna bother with the math.
They're both hits.
Yeah, they're both really good.
So yes, some damage.
So.
And you have sneak attack because Jaflash is
I do have sneak
Well,
attack
technically,
damage.
I'm lying on my back.
Does it
still
matter?
pretty distracting. Maybe more now.
Yeah, I would say maybe a little more.
Oh,
Flash on his back. This is getting a little blue.
Doing it. I'm rolling sneak attack damage.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so let's see. So that's 5 plus. Wait a sec.
You have
No,
12
this
plus
this one is a
whatever your-
+1. Yeah.
Is it greater than a 5?
13. Yeah, so 13
It's a lot.
plus whatever your additions are. that
It's a
are-
bunch. It's +4 and then +5 because this is a +1.
So 21.
21 points of damage is
Yeah.
vicious. In the interest of that, so that's a fatality.
yes.
I'm just going to say that your blades flash. You ginsu her, striking her throat and opening it, sides, opening her belly, everything. She howls one last time as terrible fetid, putrescent air explodes out of her body cavity, and she falls and just starts decaying almost on the spot.
Oh, I didn't even have a chance to sass her.
Dad, would you like to sass her? There's always time for some sassing.
It's fine.
You actually can do closing remarks. I was just like saying like,
I'll sass her.
all right, we're gonna sass.
Do it.
Fuck, I'm on this.
And you're also lying on the ground, so it's
That's
kind of
what
funny.
Take that, fish haggling.
Good sass. Good sass.
What about?
I was trying
Sorry.
to figure out a good
Statue
Schwarzenegger.
friend clap.
I know. See this seafood.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Get your belly up.
Oh, that's
That was pretty good.
really good.
A little more
Go
time.
around with your belly. And also, as she decomposes, you actually see that in her cavity of golden
Just sass.
metallic orb, you know well.
Navigator.
Ain't the fucking navigator.
Well, that's gross. I'm sorry, Navigator. That really blows.
I'm sorry too, pilot.
It's okay.
Oh no! It can feel motion.
I was coming down to the end.
Oh boy. Well, I'm glad.
Would have
I'm
been
glad.
grim.
TMI.
I'm glad we got you out now.
She's supposed to make me do horrible things, pilot. Tuatha obviously freaks out about that, but it's not her turn. Also, you notice that the interior of the place actually starts thrumming just a little bit less, or a lot less. The light dims slightly. The floor doesn't seem quite as spiky and reactive, as if she was attuned to this place. But Tuatha is still mostly dead.
She's now attuned.
Where are you?
Hey.
Okay, so
Good too.
getting
She's
up from
living with the
prone
fishes.
Takes half your speed.
takes half my speed.
It's a really good deal these days on
Yeah.
Prone.
Okay, in that case,
Back in my day,
so I'm gonna do one of those
full action.
sweet like '90s action movie like
Oh yes,
flip
you
up
are.
move,
Yeah.
and then just full boot to the chest into the priestess over here, trying to kick her back into my cloud of daggers.
Also doubly spectacular because as you do that, so does Statue Friend. You both kip up. You kip up and then it kicks
Your
up
friend's
as
over
well.
is over here.
Oh, yeah.
So is it going to be like a vice coming from both sides?
Oh yeah.
That'd be awesome. So thank you for
Okay,
getting
that-
Statue Friend off of me.
Inspiration
Appreciate it.
time. That was
We're just gonna waive that
much better. Much better.
because that was gonna be a damage event.
Instead,
Yes.
it's a 22.
Oh, that hits.
From both sides.
So I boot her back into the cloud of daggers.
Nice.
At which point she should. Can I steal one of these?
Go for it. They're Jared, so it's fine.
They are.
12 damage.
All right. You boot her through. She flies through the daggers,
Oh,
and
no.
as it happens, as daggers strike her, like chunks are just left behind, kind of like seeing salad go through a grater, like, and only a little bit of her head like rolls out the other side, and then the rest of it is just mist and like body parts.
Wow.
Since Junior kicks it.
Yeah. Stuff.
So the spell ends when she dies.
Yes.
So Dietrich wakes up.
Yeah.
The spray of blood comes down. Frank, that was really gross.
And that is that. The Haunted Corridor Ride. Right. He did with daggers.
No, she's asking because of the marks on your neck.
Oh, thank you. I know, we have this new thing, 'cause, like, whenever I do something wrong, they can hit me in the neck. It's the worst
Terrible.
house rule ever.
Who's in charge of the rules? The DM? The DM, right?
I know, I'm saying. It was the worst ever. So it's quiet now, party, and there's nothing to worry about.
Oh, you can't really see it very well.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. Yes. I'm afraid of them. When that happens, you have Navigator back.
Right.
You also see, now that you're actually able to really reconnoiter the place, that there is like a pile of stuff over behind in the corner where it seems to have accreted, where she may have like shuffled things away.
It's her pile.
Yes.
you want me
And
to-
I assume you rummaged through it. Let's
Yeah.
not be coy, party.
Yeah.
Let's not be coquettish about treasure.
Yes.
Um, One of the things that you see that catches your eye, and this could actually be anybody's stuff, but just in terms of like where things go, the things that catches your eye as you flash is actually, it looks like a badge, but it has Brial's visage on it and symbols around it. You've heard about things like this, the different 9-half twirls pendant. For instance, this one looks like a badge of Brial. Unclear what it does, but you could spend a little time sussing that out. And again, other people could take it, but I'm just going to say this is really something that would help you probably. There's three gems that are of exquisite size and make. They're about your quick assessment idol, which you can do kind of on the fly. About 150 gold pieces each.
Oh, wowzers.
Yeah, these are probably things that fell off of some ship or that
Those
they had
will buy some
rummaged
ships.
once upon.
Yeah. Let me mark those down in my personal treasure.
Wrapped in some glistening seaweed that still has a bit of the rot around it, you see a finely carved dark wood statuette of a maiden with ruby eyes that also seems exquisite. Probably 200 gold pieces to the right collector. Some other things you see, and you should flash how you feel about this. some corroded outrider brooches. You're not really sure what the value would be, but you think that
I'm gonna take them.
yeah, they seem like they probably
Try to
fell
get
off
the-
of dead
Try to
outriders.
get the rust off of them.
Yes, they're tarnished, but as you know, good geld doesn't tarnish.
No, it's tarnished.
Outriders don't run.
Oh, better.
They run.
Damn it.
Out.
Also, coins that you actually see more clearly, because it was twined in with a bunch of old kelp and seaweed and bones and crap like that. A ton of loose coins, maybe even more than you carry. We'll see 850 gold pieces, as well as
What the
40 platinum
shit? How are we
pieces.
taking-
So you may not be able to do it all.
Hang on.
I'm just telling you this is what you see. And a silver scroll case, which actually is impeccable and impervious, and it has all kinds of runes on it that look like they were Siren runes, you both recognize. And it seems to be there's some method by which they can be aligned and opened. And that's what you see.
Somebody with arcane could probably.
Yeah.
That's not me.
Idle and I probably each like
We'll,
put our hand
we'll
out at
handle
the same
this.
time. And go,
May
"Oops."
chance, may chance, may chance.
So it's basically this. If you want to try to open it, Idle, you had some difficulty, I believe, with some Siren thing I have. Idle at disadvantage. Frank, you actually, because of the things that you had done previously, I don't know if you recall, but when you were attuning with the Siren Walkman, one of the things that you actually had knowledge of was how Sirens open things, like the circular pattern of their language and how that was related to opening. So you could probably try to open it if you wanted to. It'd be an Arcana at advantage.
All right, do it.
Mhm.
Better.
Much better. That's a 21.
All right, you Rubik's Cube style. It pops open, and a ball of metal that seems a lot like mercury floats out and is just like hovering in the air.
Huh.
I'll do this all day and all night.
Oh boy.
Are
That
you
seems bad.
drunk? Are you okay?
You
Enjoying
actually
this?
see a fine, looks like a male shirt with like texture on it, like forms around your body. And it seems like you get the sense of doing that actually it could adapt to a variety of shapes.
It's so cool.
As the octopus looks at you, incredibly big octopus doe eyes, with the one tentacle reaching out. Could I try this on?
Oh, that's a good idea.
You can touch me and see what happens.
Do you let it go willingly?
Okay.
All of a sudden, the octopus has armor, has a
God.
six-armed, six-sleeved male shirt on its bulbous head.
I start doing the mecha octopus.
Yes, it seems like you have metal encasing a lot of you. It's +1 AC
That sounds pretty lovely.
that can be adapted to any beast shape.
Can I stay mecha octopus and mecha everything else?
I think
In
so.
your head, you whisper, or actually, no, Pilot says to you, yes, Mercurial armor.
Mercurial armor is what that's called. I know that.
Yeah, only you heard that. You found Mercurial armor.
I give you a big octopi.
Don't get it anywhere near your mouth.
Right,
Like,
right.
don't ingest
Oh,
that.
you will die in about a year, horribly.
Yeah. Yeah, if you start to have any,
Frog's
like,
died like 4 times in the last
neurological
It's not that
symptoms, you
bad.
might
Yeah.
want to take a break.
If you get
But-
the octopus palsy. No. So yes, with that in mind, just in the interest of time, because boy howdy, do we got a lot of adventure
Yeah.
ahead of us. Breath mint time for the DM.
Diedrich doesn't like it underwater. Let's go
Let's
home.
go.
And actually, that's another good point. You probably have about, well, not a lot of time. Let's say
Like,
40 minutes.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get out of here.
Swimming for home.
So we string up as much gold as we can strap to Junior.
We are carrying it through the water.
That's true. It is lighter.
There's, a little bit of some buoyancy.
I'm pretty strong too.
It was-
Basically, we had decided that earlier, if push came to pull, Varys could have 2 PCs going using his swim speed. The gloves of swimming would allow somebody to swim at speed and therefore dash
Mhm.
through the water. And then as for the rest of you, you can just swim willy-nilly up 600 feet. One of the other good things is the corpse smirk had been pretty well demolished by you all.
Oh, oops.
Well,
Whoops, nothing.
in a good way. In a good way, yeah.
People, if they could sing underwater, will sing of this.
If only we had left any of them alive.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
The bubble
number of
choir.
people that you actually probably saved might very well
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
gurgle your tune.
Yeah. Bubble it up.
Okay, so as you go back out and up through the drum tower, you hear the ominous dum 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 on the side of the tower, reminding yourselves that there was that old iron war golem that was
Oh, right. I'm sure that's fine.
still pounding away at the inviolate wall
Mm-hmm.
of Brial. So that's still happening and kind of neat. Yeah, bye
Bye.
war golem under the sea. You make your way up. You get up close enough, and you actually get up into the lit region of the ocean. You actually see that Aloquia. Once again, the mint was a bad call. Aloquia and her people actually see you as time is running out. Her majestic sea turtles swoop in and also help you and bear you up to the surface,
Nice.
where the surface breaks and you see that it's actually daylight outside. You have actually been, well, yeah, for quite a while, but what would it be,
Almost
3 hours?
3 hours.
Yeah, I know, it's so funny. It's like, and then the next day passed, but nay. Just like that, it's just noon, just time for lunch.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Glorious.
Lunchtime.
Get back on the blue gamble.
Mhm.
Make sure Christine hasn't murdered anyone.
Speaking of which, as your heads break the surface, you see a crossbow bolt fly past your head. Like, there, in the water, sea devil! Oh, hello. Hi, Captain Dietrich.
We're safe, Christine. Stand down.
Well, can I shoot one more? All right.
No, these are the good sea folk.
Okay. What about a turtle?
No!
There's going to be
turtle? What the
plenty of
fuck's
time
the
for
matter
murder ahead of us.
Turtle soup is delicious.
I take you at your word, Captain. And with that, she kind of kicks the can, so to speak, and walks back across the deck. Crewback is excited to see you. He throws ropes over the side to help hoist you above. What were you able to get out of that jaunt? You had two
I
series
wrote
spears.
everything down.
Well,
Well, I didn't write down the
Yes,
spears.
I'm hoping there's a party treasurer, because I ain't keeping track.
I wrote down a couple things, but not everything.
J Flesh, you had one of the spears, right?
I had at least one.
850 gold is a lot.
850 gold, plus all these gems.
I would say probably, like,
It's like
because that, like,
600 worth of gems, however much gold we can strap to
450
Junior.
worth of gems. Also a statue.
I'll take the other spear if no one's carrying it.
Take it.
the two spears are pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Write down the
Hey,
gloves.
Wicked, how many gold pieces in a pound?
I have
I
no
love
idea.
it. This is like Wicked is the Siri of D&D.
Hey, Google.
I was like, hey, Wicked, doo-doo. Yes. How many gold pieces are in a pound? But I wonder because here's why is like you probably can't hoist up 300 pounds worth of stuff on
Not
top of your bodies and swimming and trying to get up 40 minutes later.
maybe these turtles will help us out.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
the
actually,
merfolk will help us.
once you get up and you see
10?
them,
10 in a pound.
10 gold pieces.
see,
in a pound.
so
So
800.
850 is 85 pounds.
Ah, you can do it.
Oh, split
We
the
can do
one
it between all of us.
Hey,
Yeah, that's
people.
okay.
Hey, let's have
That's
some
fine.
fun. Let's get the loots. All right, lots of monies there.
Where
Great.
is Amaksul?
Amiksul is very enjoying. Oh, you made it! I'm so glad.
You are just the person that I wanted to see because I have prepared some documents for us to go over to
While we were
formalize-
underwater.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm just that good at what I do.
I provided the ink.
I was nice.
To formalize
Oh, I
your
love-
inclusion in this adventure.
I am delighted and terrified at the same time.
Yeah, I know. You should be.
All right, what do we have here?
Right, so here is, I'll just come over here.
Oh.
It's a little bit to read. We're gonna,
You thought we were going to get somewhere.
So-
No, we got paperwork.
Yeah. So this is
Whoa.
the official Faceless independent contractor forms.
Let's see. I'm going to need to have a vizier look these over.
That would
Oh my
that wouldn't
goodness.
be a bad
I-
idea.
I don't sign any parchment without reading it thoroughly.
Well,
Turns out idle
we might
have
subclasses
to
of
do
Doctor
Oh, that is so good. Side note, I want to post these. All right.
Please
Well,
do.
I do actually have to look. I do have to look these over before I sign them.
Yeah,
But does anyone have a quill? All right, that is
it better
awesome.
be a pen. No pencils.
This is
Pens
what
only.
happens. Oh, can they see this?
They can
Barely.
I know. How do we do this in a way that makes sense? Oh, what about this?
Oh,
The
my
lighting.
Could we
hoodie
do
is
this?
great.
I
on
know.
your
See,
screen.
that's why people think that you're beating on me because
No.
everybody. No, but no, not just you. Everybody.
No, just Tracy.
Oh yeah.
Tracy looks fine.
See,
No, but my hoodie is great.
It's blue in real life.
It's blue in real life.
I have to
Anyway.
change the colors to make the green screen work.
Oh.
But the rest of you looks fine.
The
Whereas
artistry
Mark looks
of it?
like he's gotten the shit kicked out of
I
him.
know. Well, my
We can-
NPCs surely did. So I love that. I would like Amok to actually take some time to read those.
Okay.
Because I think
Sounds
it's pretty
good.
fun, but of course there could be some real sea deviltry in these. I know.
You never know.
But I love it. I'm gonna look these over, and then Amok is going to sign them. He's going to be down in the hold reviewing things.
So we could also
But this
say
is a really great sign.
50 coins equals a pound. So I'm curious.
really?
Huh.
Yeah, so
I
I'm
just
curious.
did. I like the Google completed text gave me 10 gold pieces.
It might be different per denomination.
Oh,
All
50,
right.
no, a standard coin weighs about a
This-
third of an ounce. Yeah, so 50 coins
Oh.
weigh a pound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All
So
right.
we can carry even more.
So this for later.
Try and find some quick.
All right, that's awesome. I'm going to review those, and then we will update chat on what Amok finds, because he will review those. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
very
Yeah, I
good
got it.
sure.
artist.
I just
all right.
did reading
So,
comprehension.
hoist a banker. Keep going. You got a
Yeah.
boat to steal.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
All right. You sail through the day, and towards evening, because you're outside of, you pass Bayward. Beautiful place, but there is nothing to see here. Listen to my little pun there. Nothing to see here. Yep.
Get it.
But it's magnificent. It's beautiful, beautiful early summer. You see plenty of ships, pennants flapping smartly in the breeze. Nobody seems to charge out
Are
of the
those
bay
the
after
ships
you.
we're stealing?
Not yet.
All right.
And then you continue on. And sail through the evening and then to early morning. As you're sailing in, you see in Bourges that the main port where it is, the deep water, the docks are full. Which for Bourges,
With ships?
yeah, because and it's not
steal?
surprising because in the early summer this is really a high trading season. So there's a lot of activity.
You see, Flash, the reason
I'm
we've come
trying-
to Bourges is because in the early summer trading season, the ports are full of boats.
To steal.
We'll have our pick of the
I'm
litter.
trying to learn and trying to help. So
I
these we're
appreciate
stealing
it.
these boats.
There's a great place for you in this robbery plan.
You're
All
a
right,
terrible
great.
paladin.
Kurmak has
I'm trying to help you guys
spring
out.
in his
I'm
step when he
supporting my
realizes
friends.
what's afoot.
Yeah.
He really starts
By
feverish
learning
and
how to
sharpening his
steal.
cutlass. Oh, I like this plan, Captain. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of like how we almost stole my ship and then you stole this ship. I like this plan.
Wonderful, Krumok.
Christine says, just tell me who to kill.
Christine, I need you to follow Krumok's orders to the letter and not kill him.
But there will be somebody to kill.
Perhaps.
Okay, cool. I'll be downstairs stabbing the mast.
Is that a euphemism? Because I don't my
Best of
pure little paladin brain
It
doesn't
does.
quite understand.
Every part of that word.
Oh, that's fun. Stabbing the mast. Arr. All right, and with that, yes, everybody, Amok is still reviewing his paperwork, kind of oblivious to the larceny that's afoot.
That's good.
What you see, casually, before you actually enter into the bay, in fact, there's no moorage for you in any case, so you'd have to figure that out. But what you see, actually, is that there's a Vandian longship across its side, written in Vandian, which you quickly decipher. It's the Cold Devil. There are two merchant
that
sloops.
seems promising.
Two merchant sloops,
Seems appropriate.
debts paid in the Wandering Eye. Merchant sloops are about the size of the Blue Gamble, for the record. You see a very large merchant galley, Fortunes Found. By very large, I mean it's quite large. So actually, it's outside of the water. In fact, it's just using the decks with all of its longboats. That would be quite a large vessel with lots of people. A pirate ship flying a black flag. You don't see any names, but that's kind of standard for pirate ships a lot of the times. And another sailing ship, a sleek little three-masted number called the Vast.
Is it?
What's that?
Vast.
It's pretty vast, but we're gonna need a vast boat. Is that what it is?
That- I
It's
was-
gonna have to
I
be
was-
vaster than that. The Smokey and the Bandit call. All right.
You are actually the oldest person here.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Watching that now,
It's gonna have to
actually
be vaster than that. Dancer. Yes. So there's the ships. Now, one of the things I was going to say, and then add to it, is that like I think you would assess the sharpness of the crew, like how ready they would be to be on guard for various things. So yeah, a lot of activity on the various ships. You can try to do your nautical eye to like assess the various.
So we just walk up to them and tell them we're taking their boat, right?
No.
No, that's not how this works.
No, you must take it with cunning, with
Uh,
style,
Okay.
and at the point of a sword.
Okay.
And panache, Captain.
And panache. I said style.
Quick point of order. Did we long rest in that
Oh, yeah.
long day and night across the sea?
You know what? You partied your asses off. No,
What the
you're even
shit?
more worse off than before. No, I guess you're, you're hung the fuck over, man. You killed a sea witch.
But are we exhausted?
I'm erasing my
Oh yeah, no, you're
exhaustion.
no longer exhausted because the sun soaked into you. You were able to actually just sit out on the decks and just let the rays soak in.
So,
Did we
And
actually?
to locally,
After a long rest.
locally
Okay.
did promise to remember the faceless
I know
and
we
the
did a lot of
brave
mixing.
exploits far under the ocean.
Last
Party,
question
but-
about our interim on the way here. Did Idle and I get a chance to
Oh,
do
yes.
our tuning?
Please do that now. In
Ooh,
fact,
right, yes.
this is important. Thank you. Yep.
I get do I get to attune with
You
my
should
shield?
totally attune. Yeah, it's
am I rolling?
Wiz Arcana, or you can do Charisma because you're staring adoringly at your shield.
Can I have a conversation with my ball of silver goop?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'm gonna have one anyway.
Totally
I
can.
still don't really know. As
you see
Varys.
everyone else doing it.
Yeah, and so I'm just,
It's pretty neat. It's basically it's like +1 armor to you, and it just sort of augments as a humanoid or bipedal critter. Like then you have it kind of around your torso, and then it various other shapes depending.
Fun.
Whatever's sexiest
Ooh,
seems
sexiest.
to be the way it goes.
It's a nice.
Nice. So I
You're
put
at
my-
advantage, by the way.
I put my Siren Walkman on and roll an 18.
Okay. This is what you are finally able to divine. You're
I'm
on
gonna
to
blow
a
an
specific
inspiration up.
resonance with it that if you can a little more attuning, like 2 more successes, just to get a little gamey about it, you will be able to actually augment your bardic force in such a way that it will be harder to resist against opponents. Specifically, save DC would actually have a bonus to it. So that's what you're actually really narrowing is I can amplify my bardic power through what I've learned of the sirens and the universal music to hit harder. Yeah, to hit harder with your sound.
I rolled an 11.
I think you needed it. Was it a 12?
Yeah.
All right. The one thing that happens, and this is probably why, is that when you are attuning to it, all that happens from navigator's end is it says, "I'm sorry, pilot. I'm sorry," and then it's quiet.
Oh, okay.
Don't be bad.
Well, it's, I mean, you take your time, just, get acclimated. I know you've had kind of a rough day.
He was almost shit out of luck.
Ooh.
We got there.
Not there.
I rolled an 18 after spending an inspiration to reroll the 4
All right.
because this is really fucking important.
Because it is really important.
that me and the shield.
Yes, that's tight. So one of the things, because you realize that in the magic of it reflecting your visage,
Yeah.
there is an actual
That's another
bond
reason
that's
I-
forming with the shield. You think that in the way that through its wielding you're able to interpose as a reaction, you could probably, through some more attuning and successes, strike with extreme force and actually hit for a pretty concussive blast,
Nice.
basically. Just by like, boom!
And I can just keep staring at it, and at some point,
Yeah, it'll whisper something sweet nothing to you. Yes. It's basically what it really is like as you're kind of just working it, you're letting it start to know you and anticipate your moves, so that when you want to do that, you're just able to move and will it, and it actually knows to just move and strike harder. And right now, you've gotten to the point of reaction. You're able to every once in a while just have it strike out, but you actually need to strike out with great force.
Do some experiments with my little Mercury stuff.
Yeah.
Can I move it around in air?
No.
In thoughts.
It's
No, it's just
+1 armor.
okay. So if I touch it, it comes on me.
Yeah.
If I touch Frank,
Mhm.
and can I give it back to him?
Yes, if you are willing to do that, you can. And that does open up an interesting door that we will put a pin in that Could it be possible to be pulled off of you if somebody had some greater something? Maybe.
Wisdom or something.
But
Okay.
you don't know, right? Because also, but this is something you could. You can attune over the time to try to push that resistance down the line.
Gotcha.
But as for right now, you could bequeath it to someone else by just simply not resisting it and willing it to go to that person.
And then it belongs to Frunk again?
Then he would be wearing it.
Okay.
And then I'd have to be willing to give it back.
Gotcha.
Yeah, then there would be the mercurial tug of war, the repartee of parties.
But it feels so appropriate that I feel like you should keep
Thank you.
Yes.
it. Until I'm almost gonna die.
And then
So
later today.
Honestly, I was expecting something like that of like a where by slap and like armor you up because
Yeah.
I'm like I can read. It's like if it can give it to whoever's in need of it, and I can move pretty quickly. So that was what I was trying to understand.
Yes. So, there you are. You're outside. You're just outside of the bay, which is not unusual. So it's not like you're going to be raising any eyebrows. But yeah. So traditionally, if you were going to make call, you would actually probably send a longboat up now, or a rowboat.
Does the gamble have small boats?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got, in fact, 2.
Okay. So the plan that pulling back the curtain a little bit.
Mhm.
I told Krumok earlier. Should we replay that, or do you want to just leave that under the hood?
Well, that's totally up to you.
It's
Krumok's got a lot of loyalty to you, Captain.
Yeah, so I'm just going to give Krumok the little reminder of give us 20 minutes after we get ashore, and
Mhm.
then raise the flags and ring the bells. You know what to do.
Mm-hmm. 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 All right. He pulls up also 2 torches. He's like, I don't know, Captain. Which one do you think? Or like,
Both of them.
Why not both?
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And so I'm going to grab the 4 of you and say, we're going ashore, gents. There's a plan brewing.
Whatever.
Yes.
Let's brew.
Gents.
Let's brew.
Yes. She's very gentle.
I'm not appears.
I am.
Is that what you think gents is?
I'm not yet signed. Still reviewing. However, should I be on that boat with you?
I don't know what's happening.
Look, let me hear your cry for help.
Ah!
Give it a little more volume.
Ah!
Wonderful. Stay here. This is the perfect place for
I
you.
don't know if there's code for those terms. This might be an addendum. All right. And he goes back.
All right. So we take the small boat in.
Oh, and Job goes.
So we take the small boat to shore.
Yes.
As we're going past, you said it was the Fortunes Found that was out in the waters.
The fortune's found. Yes.
So I want to bring the small boat past it just to size it up.
Okay.
Um,
You have to have watercraft, right?
I do.
You
I
must.
have,
If you don't,
I have, I have
make
water
sure you.
vehicles.
Yeah, that's right. So that is basically the check I'm going to rely upon.
Okay.
That is sort of like your
Water
steely-eyed
vehicles
captain,
plus int.
whatever is a good check.
So that's a 10
That's
to
great.
size up the Fortunes Found.
Yeah, which is really all you
Okay.
need. So this crew seems pretty alert
Mhm.
and pretty professional,
Mhm.
which in your estimation might be harder to pull something over on.
Right. I'm looking
And
for
there's a
someone.
captain that's like, "Oh, over there.
Yeah, they seem pretty regimented.
Yes.
All right, and then you said there was a medium-sized ship. Was that the debts paid?
You might be thinking the sailing ship was vast.
No. What was the first ship you mentioned?
Cold Devil. That's a Vandian longship.
The Cold Devil. Yeah.
The Cold Devil's a Vandian longship. That you actually think might. Well, I don't know. I mean, it might. That's kind of tough.
But it's stealing from my people.
Yes, and traditionally, if you were going to do that, you would just challenge the captain to a death
Right.
duel.
So now I want to look at the pirate ship,
The pirate ship
the unnamed.
looks like a. Well, actually, go ahead.
Swipe left. Swipe left.
That's an 8.
Um,
Getting the worst rolls on the things I'm good at.
I know. They seem much less regimented, but they also seem like a really fucking hard lot
Yeah.
of killers.
And it's a nicer ship than the Gamble, right?
Oh yeah, it's bigger. It's a pirate ship.
well armed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. All right.
What
So
about Vast?
It has 3 masts.
Yeah, and it is called Vast.
it is.
Oh,
All right. I'll take a vast look at vast.
All right, take a fast look. Roll.
Does
It didn't even make it up onto the leatherette.
My heart's not really in it for this one, but that's a 17, 19.
Right.
You get
because
the boat
this
for
is
free.
the way the lay of the land is.
Yeah.
You actually notice that there is no captain
Mm.
on the vessel barking orders. It looks like there's just a very light crew upon the deck. That
It's like a
seems
commune.
Well, that's
Some-
that's no fun.
somewhat.
come on.
But it seems like this ship is less organized.
Yeah.
Than the other ones.
All right, I think
But is it a good
Oh,
ship?
oh,
Like, what's it
it's
got?
a very good. Yeah, it's a good ship. It's a sailing ship.
Technically, we could have an armada.
That's true. One of you for
Each of us could have our own ship.
I don't
That's how
know.
it works.
Oh,
right?
Actually, yeah,
no.
there's 6
Ooh,
ships. There's
I
6
don't know about
ships.
but then you'd all be captains.
Mm.
I don't like this plan.
that. I'm already
So-
a pilot, so I don't know what you guys.
Yeah, and just pulling back screen, they each come with their own difficulties and factors.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is just a matter of like how you want to go about things, whatever it is.
I think So I'm gonna ask the group. I think that that unnamed pirate ship is calling to me. Stay close and wait for the signal. And just want us to sort of just mill about, look like we're going about our business on
we
the
on-
docks near the
Oh,
pirate
we're on
ship.
docks. I was like, are we
Right.
still rowing around? And
looking like we're going about our business.
In my mind, we were
Window
rowing
shopping.
close to all of them, and I was like, "Are we going to steal that one? That one looks good to steal.
Oh shit, that one's got a captain.
All right, let's go over.
Let's go.
How about this one?
Right?
Yeah,
You
but
got
we're
it.
on the docks.
Which is rich.
Yeah.
Who might
A
say that you
spyglass.
got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, spyglass. Which so really you could be right up on it. That's
Yeah.
a nice one right there.
Good grain.
If you turn the around, it becomes a microscope. So.
Yes. So.
So I'm trying to size up the captain while I wait for Krumok's signal.
Of the pirate ship.
Yeah.
He looks like a more hard-bitten, capable sort than Krumok and his crew was,
Mhm.
which you realize in comparison, Krumok was sort of like kind of just starting out, basically.
Yeah.
These guys, they seem like career pirates.
Yeah.
And
That's what-
everything that
That's what I'm looking
entails.
for.
And in addition to it, if you need to get rid of him quickly, could I squid up behind and just little pluck the captain off?
We've got a plan.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Where's the captain go? Oh,
To be fair, Krumok's crew was almost entirely dismantled by a third party.
Right.
Right.
True.
Maybe they'll show up again.
Oh, wow, this is so convenient.
We just gotta paint those runes on the bottom side of the ship.
It's early morning, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So suddenly, like, you see
he's an
the
artist. He's got ink.
a new sunrise, even brighter than the old sunrise. And when you turn around, right as you hear a bell ringing out, ding, ding, oh, holy shit! Great conflagrations! Echoes across the water, and you see the Blue Gamble is fucking on fire.
Our boat's on fire.
Flames licking up the mast. You see, and actually, a monk, like, comes up to them and goes,
What did you put in the signature?
That's way,
Also-
that's way louder than you did when
Yeah.
we asked
That's
him.
really good.
These are burning.
That's okay. That's okay. Because I've got another.
And at that, he really starts screaming.
He was gonna have to fill them out in triplicate eventually.
Yeah. And briefly,
So our ship's on fire.
Yes,
So-
Varys!
yeah.
Varys, Jaflash!
Dong,
The Faceless have need of your skills. Convince this pirate captain to come to our aid. Convince him to rescue our ship.
All right, he means you talk to him, and if he doesn't do it, I'll just pull him off the boat.
Hell yeah. Like,
All right.
do I just run up the gangplank?
Yeah, I
don't know
want to
shit.
charge.
So are you going to you're going to, because if you start climbing up the pirate boat, I'm just going to tell you
You
right
need
now,
help.
they're going to repel invaders, is what that looks like.
So-
oh, yeah, welcome aboard.
So I want to be charging up the gangplank,
Okay, so yeah, got the thing.
hands up, weapons at my hips, saying, "Permission to come aboard, Captain. We beg your mercy. We beg of your aid.
Right. Permission fucking not granted.
You see my ship is burning. I'll grant you salvage rights to it if you rescue it."
There's nothing fucking for me there, mate. Also, you hear the dockmaster now running out and going, "Clear the docks! Clear the docks! Clear the docks!" Because, as you know, ship burning could be a flaming thing drifts in, hits one ship, boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, everything's fucking burning and the docks are burning, and that's awful and bad for business.
Right.
So the dockmaster's like, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" and you see a bunch of ships like starting to pull lines and like unfurl sails and trying to do that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, pirate captain is like, "It's not my fucking problem, mate."
Can I try to persuade him?
You sure fucking can.
All right.
Well,
Well,
this
If I knew a charismatic devil,
I-
this
I-
might be the time.
I am going to try to persuade him
All right,
to help us out.
all right. And you're no longer in the Guildy's Outrider Tabard.
I am not.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm just persuading.
Man, I'm just here.
I'm just here.
Let's have a conversation.
It's my ship. I've been on that ship for so long. Like, it's my thing. And I really need you to say.
Yeah, you got to sing for your supper on this one, my friend.
Can I start crying to like assist him somehow?
So I have a
Help me, everybody can help me yell.
actually
Tell me something visually.
You've got to.
Yes,
So what do I
but
do?
you got to roleplay a little bit of this. You're not just dropping a die on me. You gotta do some. Come on, you gotta give some to get some.
Oh, the waterworks turn on.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
my God, I've lived on that boat with these people and we've been doing things and it's my life and I need you to help this
You have a
boat.
bonus D6.
Please.
I'm an enhance ability of him, so he gets Eagle Splendor. He gets advantage on his charisma check.
All right,
Oh my God.
all right.
And
This
advantage
is
and
right
plus
down the
the
gullet.
D6.
Do a charisma check. There's other pirates that come up now.
Yeah, and I'm just like singing and weeping. And so I
God,
got
I've never
advantage.
seen so much
then
salt
I got
water
a
in all the
D6.
ocean that's coming out of your eyes.
So 22.
Oh, it's 22. That is such a pathetic sight. I've a mind to bring you on board just to be a jester. Come up here, come up here. What is your name?
My name is Jaflash, that's my boat!
Oh, that's a terribly small boat. Come here, Jaflash. Come up here. And you see other people like, what should we do, Captain? He goes, just wait, let it burn for a minute. All right, yes.
Is it okay to burn? I don't know. I've lived on it for
Captain,
so long.
if you let my ship burn, I understand, but rescue my crew at the least. There'll be sitting ducks in the water there. Sharks in the early summer.
All right, he's like, you see him start to say no, but
They're my friends.
he actually, his first mate, clearly, like, that's a good point. That's a very good point, Stormbacks. Yeah, we'll go rescue your friends.
Thank you, Captain.
Yes.
You're the best.
Yes.
All right.
You have to get closer for that. Like, but you can come up the gangplank. You never know.
Well, you told me to come up.
Yes, you did. I wouldn't know if
You
you
doing
did.
the-
In fact, go
Oh,
up.
I totally did.
You up
Yeah.
the gangplank?
Blubbing
All right.
the whole way.
Who all is up on the gangplank? Yeah.
I think we're all going up. So while
just gonna pull this and crash
Jaflash
these
is
cameras.
hugging the captain, I want to pull Frunk and Idle aside and say, "All right, your part's in this. There might be some dissent among the crew in a moment. You see the biggest dissent, you put it down as quick as you can."
Yep.
All right.
Got it.
Oh, sorry. Can we do that one more time? I'm not saying this is will or won't come up, but it's nice to have a battle man, right? I'll just do this. Wow, that is a horrible ship.
It gets the idea.
It gets the idea, right? Everybody's.
It's like it's a teardrop. It's like one of Jaflash's tears.
Oh.
That's what it is, right? Yeah, all of this is based on my remembering of AC Black Flag.
So
I think that looks good.
So is the ship now moving towards ours?
No, actually, what's happening is there are a lot of long rowboats, Treasure Island style, and those are actually being lowered. The boatswain's like, yo, and he like barks out the names of several men that look like mercenaries, hard-hitting people that line the boats up, and they actually are armed pretty well as well. Not as many buckets or things that might be used to fight fires,
Right.
but they start rowing quickly out to your ship that is
Thank
still
you for helping my
paladin.
friends, you hard-bitten biters.
Oh, yes, we'll give them a nice place below decks. They'll have 3 squares a day, or 2, and plenty of exercise.
Perfect.
Yes.
We like exercise.
We'll have a special place for you as well, my
Even
friend.
better. That sounds great.
And where's Krumak, Ben? Oh, he's on the ship.
Remarks
right
on
now.
the burning ship.
Also, from across the water, you see a pirouette with blades. Christine stabbing the fire. And then running off. Like, I think she's really, literally fighting that fire. Yes, so they're... Thanks, yes. So he's like, this is what's going on here. She's a dynamo. All right, so there's probably... How many people left? There's 13 people that you see
Left on the
decks. Yeah, plus Captain.
Okay. So we go to the captain.
Uh-huh.
say, Captain.
Yeah.
As one captain to the other, can I have a quick word with you at the stern?
Well, you can have a stern word with me. And I'll have a stern
Quickly?
word with you. Well, quickly, yes, before we're aft.
Right.
All right, yeah, let's just go.
Avast, we have to do this fastly.
All right,
So
you start walking over towards the stern as you are departing for it because it is a rather large vehicle.
Yep.
We're going to do concurrence. You party that's still remaining, you hear clunk, something heavy hit the deck. And all of a sudden, you fucking elf she-devil! You killed my fucking brother! And you turn, and there's Ordram,
What?
who was the
boy.
Borge brother that you were like,
Yeah.
have you ever narked me?
Yeah.
I'll kill you!
I remember.
Looked like a little Christine for a while.
Uh-huh.
He looks like he's just a recent recruit, fresh tat still bleeding
Ooh.
with the mark of the pirate crew, and he just dropped a heavy basket with a bunch of belaying pins or what have you. And he's like looking like he's going for his sword as he shouts, "She killed my brother!"
How far is he? Can I Misty Step to him?
You can, yes, absolutely.
I want to do
And
that
you're
and slap his tattoo.
All right, the captain has it like he knows it's great. So, boom, let's roll some initiative. And I know what you're thinking, chat. Don't worry. We'll have some fun in a second here. All right.
Fuck yes!
All right.
That's
I
right.
like the sound of that. All right.
What?
That was yours?
Yes.
For some reason I got it from my pile.
Well, don't steal
never
my
write
dice.
the NPCs
It rolled
down
into
first.
my
It makes
shit,
for
man.
transactions. Oh, no. Frank, where's our eraser? Where's our vestibule dry eraser? So there's no lair actions on this pirate ship. That's one good thing. Thank you, sir. Oh, right. I still have to sign these. Oh!
We'll get to that.
We will do that. The Dram Brothers on 18. Does anybody beat an 18?
Yes.
Yes. What do you... Oh, of course.
24.
20. Oh, my gosh. It's
I
great.
mean, you got a nat 20.
Yes, I did
That's
get a nat
So
20.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
24, and then anybody 19? Okay, 18.
18 is
Dram brother. Or Dram. He's the half human.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was 15.
I got 16.
16 is a frunk. And, all right, 14, 13.
13.
13 is a Jaflash. 11.
11.
11 is a Dietrich. Oh, and Pirate Captain is a 10. Sorry. Oh, and Varus, what are you on?
5.
Okay, 5. Is that everybody? That is everybody. All right. And basically, Dram is going to also equal crew. 5 on Varus. All right. So.
I Misty Step to what's-his-face and I slap his tattoo as hard and crisp as I can.
All right. Go ahead. Just crack. I actually think you rolled a nat 20, and you did it so quick. You just slap it, and he actually screams.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say like a girl, but for a half work, like, it's like, he's like, ah! In a way that's very wimpy, is what it sounds like. So, yes, that happens. And the other pirates hearing that are like, what the fuck? Like, that's not very masculine. In the sense of, like, from a pirate point of view. That's what I'm trying to say.
Keep working on it.
I know.
You're just right on the line
When you're
here.
in a blue hole. No, but it's like, Ray's like, for him, he's like, ah! Right? So, yes. That happens. I don't know if it does any damage. You
It
wanna do some
doesn't.
damage?
It doesn't need to. I just
because
wanted to make it
really-
really hurt.
Yes, he really hurts, and also like he's lost some face with the crew.
Yeah.
You looking disapprovingly? Give me
No,
your
it's
shield.
just the shield.
Yes, it's the shield. All right, who's up next?
With a no damage slap was Idle's turn, not the bonus action of a nat 20.
Oh yeah. Well, no, the bonus action was that she didn't need to roll to hit,
Yeah.
and
I am fine with this.
Yeah.
If you
And you actually-
want to give me time to do more stuff, I
well,
will.
I think actually that is because you have to roll, and you got him, and you totally flat-footed.
Combat hasn't broken out at this point, right? Like,
Not yet.
No one's drawn a weapon.
No. We're just going initiative order because a lot of stuff.
It
is
sounded like he was going to initiate combat, so
Yeah.
maybe we see kind of what happens.
Yes.
I don't know.
Well, that happens, and then who goes next?
After Idle would be Ordram.
Okay, so Ordram actually startled, hurt. He fumbles with a dagger, but importantly, none of his other crewmates actually intercede on his behalf because he's new, and because now they're actually wondering who this more badass person is that's kind of showing him up.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay, then it's me.
go ahead. What do you do?
So we rolled initiative, but we're not in combat. What's happening?
Everybody's moving because it's sort of regimented because the scenario is kind of unwinding in such a way. It's like tick, tick, tick. So I don't want everybody just sort of doing things concurrently. So it's just like we're going to go in an order, but it's not. I mean, it could be combat. You could do combat actions,
Doesn't
or you could just
have
do
to be
actions.
Or
Does that make sense?
You could
These
hold
people could
your
all be
action
saved.
to
Okay.
like
Yeah.
ready to attack
I'm
someone
gonna-
if they
yeah.
attack you. Yeah.
All right, so if we're not there yet, then I'm gonna just pull my long sword out and prepare and look around for anybody who wants to make a move, ready to strike.
Right. Okay, that's fair. Rivulets.
You're sweating.
I am sweating. I'm so, I was like, literally, I'm like, that's the dumbest thing. I don't know. It's like, you know, it feels like whatever it is in this day and age, it's like, that's what it is. So, sorry about that. For reals. Okay, so what happens next? Who's up next?
Flash.
Okay, it's your Flash. So
I am
basically,
going. Go ahead.
who are you with the crew, or are you ghosting these guys?
I was with these guys, but I wasn't walking with them. They were
Right.
walking
So you're
away.
just like justifying. And I
So I
think the
was
captain's
there.
going to allow that
How-
because,
So am I within 60 feet of Ordram?
yes.
Could
Yes.
Ordram roll a saving throw for me?
Yes. What am I rolling against?
15.
Is Will Wiz?
Uh,
It's probably the
It's your wisdom.
It's my wisdom, which is not good. That's not going to be good. It's not going to make it.
Okay, I am going to command Ordram to fall on his knees and grovel.
Oh, you're going to use command?
Yeah.
All right, so you're like, grovel, because it's
Yeah.
one word command, but that
Yeah.
word's like, grovel.
Yeah.
All right, he falls as a, and he's actually on his knees, abased in front of Idol.
Perfect.
This
All
is
right,
good.
that's good, and still people are holding on.
Dietrich.
All right. So have I gotten the captain to the back of the ship yet, to the stern?
Yes.
All right. So I'd like to say to the captain, I
Mhm.
appreciate your aid,
Right.
and I'd also appreciate it if you left. And I'm just going to try to pick him up by his legs and toss him over the edge.
Okay. This is going to be opposed strength.
Yep.
Okay. Oh.
Yes.
19.
Yes.
I got, that's with your buff, right?
19 total, yeah.
All right. You do that. You're a big dude.
Yep.
He like actually at the last second maybe spies out what you're doing. Goes like, "Argh," and then he like looks at you and has a tremendous strength himself, and actually doesn't let himself get bolt rushed off the deck. As he's, like,
Inspiration?
yeah. That would be the time.
20?
Oh, that's a great bit of moment. So he's like, "Argh," and he like leans in.
Plus 3.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
Is it athletics or is it strength?
It could be strength athletics. Yeah.
Okay,
I was
so-
opposed strength. I just used his regular strength buff.
Okay. Yeah,
Which
so
is
that-
very similar to yours,
Yep.
let's just say.
Yep.
So you do that, you like lean, he's like, and then like he leans in and he starts to say, I fucking knew this was coming. And you're just like,
Yeah, you should have.
And he's like, he didn't actually, it's like you have a second surge
Yep.
when you're like that physical like tug of war, and you see just the bottoms of his boots
Yep.
flip up and over
All right.
into the water.
Do I have enough time to turn to the crew?
You do. In fact, in a moment, we're going to do a bunch of, this is the escape skill check that everybody is going to be part of.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to turn to the crew?
Yeah.
So, quickly, you are now on a boat.
Yeah.
No captain. You've
Oh,
just...
it has a captain.
Well, right.
There's only one person who knows it.
The helm
And it
spins
has a
freely.
captain.
Yeah.
You've just done a great show of force, a quick, brutal strike, and magic, and a bunch of people on the ship. Pirates were sort of like, what? Right? Like, this all just went down. You can address the crew and assume command.
Mm-hmm.
There are two things that need to happen. One is assess the logistics, as in how to get this ship immediately and all the people working to actually cast off and float away.
Mm-hmm.
And then assume command,
Yep.
which is actually giving orders and having people actually follow those orders. So, right, assess the situation. Yeah.
Is our crew from the gamble safe yet, or are they still on fire?
They're on fire.
But there's longboats going to get them.
Oh, the longboats don't know that we've
They work for us now, but they'll figure it out when they get back.
nice.
Actually, that's a really good call. You're right, because the pirates that are going out there,
Think
Probably
they're bringing
are-
them back as slaves.
yeah. Well, yes, they were going to basically,
Yeah, they're bringing
Jump
back
in.
slaves.
that's what they're doing. It's capturing the
They
crew.
may not know it's them.
We could use some more strong backs at the orders.
Right.
So with that in mind, and then last but not least, everybody is going to actually go to some part of the ship and start doing this, along with the pirates. But there's only 13 pirates, so you actually need to have help.
Yeah.
So, is this assess logistics happen, or do you want to assume command?
Sorry, I thought you said we have to do both?
Yes. Basically, assess. It would be smart probably to assess what needs to happen and then just start barking commands.
Okay.
So, water vehicle,
Yes.
DC 12.
Damn. That's,
We sink immediately.
9.
All right.
I am confident that this is a boat.
All right. All right. You do assess. You think like, okay, I got it, like really quick. Because there's people milling around.
Right.
You just actually had a great thing with the captain.
Yeah.
Kind of start
Great.
start barking orders to people. You're going to say something.
Yeah. Crew, welcome to the Red Gamble.
What the fuck did you say, Red Guy?
The better color.
Helmsman, bring us about to recover
Is
longboats.
he within 60 feet?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay. Do a saving throw.
Wait,
Can I can only do it once,
you
right?
can only do it once. It's a spell, right?
Yeah, it's a spell.
All right. Yes, you only do it once. So,
Marked off.
all right, mark off. But still, that was a great use of it. I didn't know if it was going to be a fight and everybody was going to draw swords or not. And so far,
What?
you've been able to like just cow everyone with your pussets.
You can use them as many times as you have spell slots.
You can use the same spell over again?
Yeah, if you have
Oh.
more than one spell slot.
Yeah, I'll blow another spell slot on it.
Oh, you can do that, yeah, because that's what paladins can do.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So you're barking commands.
Yeah.
And you are going to
Whoever he barks the first command to,
yes.
The helmsman.
obey.
Okay, so what he said, no, what he says is you can say, like if it's like steer or turn about,
Right.
that's what you get, right?
You could just say obey.
I will just say obey.
I think it has to be an action, doesn't it? I feel like it does.
Yeah, like I don't think you
Oh,
can.
no,
Is obeying not an action?
You can't. You
Wicked,
can't
You
give
tell,
them
you
obey.
tell us, man.
I don't think you can just say obey because then the next thing could be
A very
a whole
complicated
bunch of
conversation.
things.
Yeah.
This is not that
Fair
powerful.
enough.
But there's things like
Just
stand.
embrace the drama of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what's so like if you say what you're going to say and then you can actually
Yeah,
go.
right.
So what are you going to say to the helmsman?
Bring the ship about to recover longboats.
Okay, so you like recover.
Yeah, recover.
Right, okay, recover. All right. Like,
15 wisdom.
okay, he doesn't make it.
Yeah.
He starts spinning the wheel.
That's two.
So you came in. So this is you.
And I have no idea you did that, so I'm like, damn, I'm good at this.
this is really critical. So this is a big check for
Yeah.
you. This is you now. You said welcome to the Red Gamble.
Right.
This is charisma, which you flash you can help with.
I'm totally helping.
So I want to make it clear that I'm intimidating the crew. Anyone who disagrees can join your
So
old
you're going
captain
with
in the water.
intimidation. Okay. All right.
Oh my god.
So what do I do to help?
How do we assist? We're assisting, right?
Yes, it's just you've assisted because you've stared down like one of the dudes and like pushed everybody off. You can assist by like we did the command. So roll another d6. Okay. Roll another, and that is the help from your allies.
That is a grand total of 9.
Woo.
So here's how this
It
works.
wouldn't be a plan if it went well.
You have assumed command.
Yeah. I've definitely assumed it.
You have the roll that you needed to get.
Yeah.
Was a 20.
Yeah.
Which was probably going to be pretty tough to get.
Yeah.
But
I
what-
got a 9.
Every one less than that
A lot of help.
is somebody being like, "Oh fuck this!"
Yeah.
right.
So that's
So-
basically all of them.
Almost all.
Except
There
for
were
the dude
13.
groveling and
And
the
the
dude who's
helmsman.
currently helping.
Well,
That's
and
So
literally-
everyone else.
that was on deck.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, a whole bunch of people doing that are like, "Fuck this!" Right. Like, partly when you assessed the logistics and were starting to do things, when you failed, you're saying things that these guys are like, I don't think this captain knows.
Right. The ship was not ready to leave, and I was just like, go,
You do this.
go out!
You do
take it!"
this.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I would rather take my chances still with the old captain.
Yeah.
So you see 11 people jump off the side of the ship.
What?
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
easy.
That's fine.
Well,
It is, but
except
it still
we have
isn't-
no idea how to fucking make a
Right.
ship go.
The problem is it's a pretty big ship to be crewed by 5.
Morons.
Yeah. 7 people plus whoever else is downstairs currently, which we don't know. So you can do it.
How
You
many
can do
people are
it.
in chat right now?
Jack, I need your help.
So we've got the groveling half orc
Yeah.
who wants to kill Idle.
Mm-hmm.
Correct,
got-
although that might change.
Right. We've got the
Know about redemption, Jim Flash. Here's a story for you. So you got Ordrim. Yeah.
We've got the helmsman who is feebly spinning this wheel, but it's not doing anything because no one is helping him unfurl sails or anything.
Yeah, we're still tied to the dock.
Or bring up the anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you've got, what did I say, 11 people ditched, and it was 13 to start, so 2 other people still on deck.
Oh, okay. There's 2 more people in addition to Orgram and the helmsman.
Yes, so
okay.
4 total, plus the Faceless.
Yep.
Would be 5.
And we're going to have a bunch of people showing up in longboats in a moment to replace those who jumped off.
That is also true. They'll be their own, like, let's do this thing. But then also there's Krumak, there's Christine, there's so...
All right.
Because 10 is the minimum to get
There's
the ship.
Junior.
The most important thing is that we get away from the docks.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm just going to start barking out to Frunk and Idle to just cut ropes.
Yes. And this is where you can all
Sure.
say, tell them what to do. There's lines.
Yeah, cut the lines to the docks.
Sails.
Yeah.
Cut the lines to the sails. Got it.
Cut the sails, guys.
Helm. There's a morale discipline, and lastly, somebody to help navigate out of the channel because there's still like other ships also going.
Right.
So there's like no, watch out like that. So to be clear, because it's not for everybody, there's a strength athletics to help with the lines.
That's not me.
There's Dex acrobatics to help with the sails.
That's you.
Oh, yes.
There's
You got your
int
climbing gloves.
watercraft to help with maneuvering.
Climbing gloves.
piloting.
Maneuvering.
There is charisma
That's me.
to help with morale discipline.
No, whatever,
to
it doesn't
keep that in mind.
It's charisma.
And then last but not least, spotting danger, which is wisdom perception.
Your lookout.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everybody is going to make those rolls DC 12. Now here's the thing, the big one that was really important. These are at disadvantage
Because we fucked everything up so far.
because like so far so good. So,
Well,
how about lines? Strength athletics. 12.
Ooh, athletics, huh?
You're disadvantaged, motherfucker. Look
Yeah,
at this
or
thing.
if you give me something else.
Natural
Yeah, no, that's
20.
perfect. Athletics
Three.
is what it
It's my
needs.
fault.
At disadvantage,
Yes.
13.
Lines cut.
Lines cut. We'll get to that in a
Well,
moment.
something-
Yes.
Something is going right.
Sales.
11.
Oh. All right. Helm.
12.
Right. Morale.
So, even with the +5 I have on charisma,
Yes.
I got an 8.
Oh no.
However,
Yes.
on the non...
The
On the-
ignored
on
die.
the ignored die, I nat 20.
Oh.
So there is
This is
an
where the
alternate
world
universe
branches.
where every single person within a 50-foot radius of this
Yes.
boat wants to be on this fucking boat.
Yes, and the reason why is because of the legend of the paladin that was dropped to 0 hit points by the sea hag,
Right, exactly.
and then came back in that world.
On the boat.
A better story, no. How about spotting danger?
So, is it 10? Good.
No.
So basically, and I turn back and go, "Oh no, what's wrong?" As I look back the other way.
Come on!
So the lines are cut.
Frunk,
Are
yes,
those-
expertly actually just
Running
Are
like,
the lines the thing that keep us attached
Yes.
to the dock?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Just
that's
drifting
really
now.
the worst
that was
Yeah.
the worst.
of the
Well,
things that we could have
We're drifting
succeeded
in the
on
right
right
direction.
now.
You
'cause
are.
but not with any speed.
That's your house words. Drifting in the right
Drifting
direction.
in the right
Drifting in the right direction.
So lines are off. So
I think
that is
that's a
the
Kansas
ship is
song.
drifting away. The sails are like furled and kind of flapping, like need to be addressed. So
Almost.
not a lot of power.
So close.
From a maneuvering perspective, though, drifting in the right direction, you are ably now pointing up and out into the water, going through the channel in the right direction. Morale. There's
It's gone through the shitter.
so
These people have had a hard life, and I can't help them.
there are a lot of people that are having serious doubts about this.
Yeah,
leadership
to me,
change.
I am at the front
Like-
of that list.
They're very conflicted. Things are going so well this morning.
Sure, it doesn't help that we just hear the grinding of the hull against coral.
And then from the perspective of like spotting the drifting in danger, that was a negative. So here's what happens. You're able to get the longboats alongside. Another charisma assume command check in a moment. But your crew at least spills up the sides because like Krumok kind of spelled into what was going on, like all along. They're like, okay. So they come up and they're able to add to that. As you're drifting at slow power, other ships are passing you. You are down the
Including our
channel.
burning ship.
Crew morale is suffering. You actually crash into another vessel that was like kind of like blindsides you. As you're like, oh, this
Is that a better ship?
and the whole ship lists.
Everybody on the new ship.
But here's what's fun. Who was the lookout?
That would be me.
Okay, this is exciting.
Well, we put a ship, everyone.
Roll these in 2 more times. 5d10 total.
Oh no.
Okay, roll these. So
Yes.
How do we?
12.
12? This
Yeah,
is a
just
5.
ignore the 0.
Oh yeah, 0 is
zero,
10.
zero. Okay.
It's a percentage.
And then 2 more.
Okay. And then another 15?
Wait.
Well,
Not
no,
two
no,
more
just
times.
5d10.
Just 2 dice. Just pick up 2 dice.
Yeah, just pick up 2 dice. There you go. Boom. So we got 15 more.
15.
So
How much was it total?
27.
27.
Thank
Yeah,
you
it's
for-
not bad.
Thank you very much.
Bam! The ship shudders, and you see pieces of wood from the railing like shatter and spray everywhere. And the captain in another vessel, the vast, it's like, God, fuck you! And he looks pretty drunk, and like so he also crashed into you. And then the ships just like push away, and they're just like, fuck yeah, cussing at you as you both sail past the burning wreckage that was the Blue Gamble, which is now thoroughly immolated. Shadow,
The burnt gamble.
statue friend is now up on the thing. Yes, all right. You are away in the channel.
In a manner of speaking.
In a manner of speaking, with the red gamble newly christened. You
Christened.
have,
We didn't have any champagne bottles, so we used another boat.
Yeah, they probably had some champagne that broke when we hit them.
Look, they're sinking! Clearly they're taking on champagne.
the 8 pirates that come up because you're already well underway
Yeah.
are going to stay there for now.
Okay.
For now. Plus, let's see, Krumak, Amuk, who doesn't really actually sail, but for the sake of discussion,
Christine and
Krumak,
Joe.
Christine, and Job. So 3 more. 3 more. All right. So you have, sailing away in the Red Gamble, a total of, this is where I'm at enough, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 13, 21 total crew. Yeah,
Excellent.
21 crew, which is actually, right now, enough to do.
That's more than 5.
Yeah.
That's more than 5. It's enough to basically barely do the thing. I want to do some stuff with, oh good, we're doing just a little bit good on time. So you sail out. Now that everything's kind of underway, you can actually like sort out the sails a little bit more. The wash of heat goes past you, the Blue Gamble. Take a moment to pour it out for the Blue Gamble. As it's all one, it's
We
one
poured a
long
lot of
mass.
things out.
And in the burning sea, Ordram is like, what are your orders? What are your orders? Just don't hit me again.
Well, Ordram, luckily for you, a lot of high-level positions have just opened up on this ship.
Good.
Will you serve us faithfully?
Yes.
Will you murder Idol?
No.
Wonderful.
Yeah, right. Yes.
All right.
That's before, right? I love it. We have to post those. We have to post after
I
everybody.
mean,
says,
actually,
we
each
keep that.
member of chat has to sign and return one
Oh, because
because
something else. When you actually are going through and mustering the crew, now that you're actually sailing away from Bourges and that whole thing, you actually, there's a couple more people on the ship. A drow, cutting a rakish persona, comes up. Twin
Does it
rapiers.
make it into this game too? Because that motherfucker's everywhere.
Not this time.
Okay.
This is like
Then-
twin rapiers and a feathered tricorn hat. Like he comes up, he actually susses you out and immediately thinks, "Oh, this is a much better crew." Pulls his hat off, gives a low bow and a flourish, pulls out both rapiers, slams them back home and says, "My name is Torfin, and I am here to serve and fight by your side.
I like this guy's style.
May I show you some of the other crew downstairs?"
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Alright, you walk downstairs. In the galley, you actually see a Sahaugan.
Oh,
Huh.
We've been boarded!
In an apron, bent over a pot. It looks at you, and then its mouth opens. You see all of its needle-like teeth. All of a sudden, around the corners of its mouth, something you've never seen this Haugen do before, you realize it's trying to fucking smile, which is almost more horrifying. And it goes,
Aw.
breath, cook! And you actually see that it appears to try to be cooking. And in fact, Torfin says, he's actually a delightful cook. He knows seafood better than anyone.
That's adorable.
and then he goes back to cooking, and then you hear a heavy foot as another crew member comes up. You spin around, and it's a turtle. And I don't mean turtle, I mean a turtle, which is a humanoid turtle.
What
Upon
the shit?
its large
But there's a
tortoise-
zoo in the fishing hole. You didn't tell me we were taking a zoo ship. I would have been way better with my role.
I tried to name it the bestiary and then thought that would probably be
It would be a giveaway.
So,
Can't
the
tell.
turtle, he has runes carved all over his old shell that he has. You actually see that this is a wizard, a turtle wizard, who has some small magic with a staff. Also, nods his head and says, "I'm Prayer, and I am here to serve."
Wonderful, Turtle Man. Do you know the spell mending?
He goes, "Consulting auguries inside my shell, I do have some familiarity."
Wonderful. Our elf friend will show you to the side of the ship that we recently lost.
I'll be there in 3 days.
Oh.
When he gets there, mending is for fixing a broken chain.
Right.
Not if you're a fucking wizard turtle.
I would like to officially acknowledge that Torfin is Genshi.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Bruce, the Saugan chef, is wicked awesome.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, that's good.
And Crayer is Mirez Alderon.
Who is unfortunately not in the chat right
No!
now. So he's dead. We're the turtle.
No. He's
And we make soup out of him.
He's still quite alive, but then he can't be upset with the accent. So I realized I had to riff my favorite turtles. So yes, talking about that. But those are the folks, and they also do have some skills that they do a little right about.
That's
So,
fantastic.
wonderful.
How did you guys do that? You guys just reach out to him?
They.
Wow, thank you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really
That's
cool.
so cool.
Welcome to the crew. Welcome to the
shit.
Faceless. Sign
We
your
won't let
papers.
Christine.
I know. Actually, I think that is pretty.
First, we have these,
Put this on
and then we
the
won't let
page.
Christine kill you.
Like, you can be a part of the crew, right? But
Yeah,
like for chat rules, we also
Right.
have Tracy's contract.
And I
And
guess
just be like, "Welcome to the crew," like as a new member of the Red Gamble.
right. I guess if we have some other faceless crew members who are in chat, potentially we could have some other signatures and things too.
They can
Yes.
resolve into characters as time goes on.
Right, it's like, I never recognized you, I thought you were interesting, but now I can clearly see you're a tall dragon. Welcome.
Yes. So that's the crew. I was going to do a couple more things. I realized, it's about the time. It's a sweet spot. Of course, I've over-prepared, but that's all right because it'll be a lot of fun voyaging now that we have the crew. It's good. Assigning crew stations, because this is something from Ghost of Saltmarsh. I actually bought this book, and it's pretty cool. It's like how to do things. It's close to what you were talking about with Dungeon World.
Dungeon World stuff.
I really like it. It's a way that the whole party can be a part of it and still have cool set encounters. So things that are the crew, it can also be chat crew. Crow's Nest, which will be a lookout, perception, trying to spot trouble, trying to actually divine weather. Rigging, which is going to help maneuvering and speed. Cooking, I bet we know who that's going to be, which is can also help do great meals and raise morale. And then hull repair, which is strength, carpentry and things like that for if the hull takes damage, which it may. And then
It may well have done.
party stations, which is where I was talking about party stations. So there will be a captain, a first mate, a bosun, a quartermaster, and a medic. Now, what those are. The captain is basically doing the commands. That's int or chob water vehicles. First mate is morale.
Since you've shown that you're so good at both of those roles.
Yes. First mate is morale decisions, motivating the crew, keeping the crew morale up.
Oh, you can block
but
her
I wanted
stats.
to be the medic.
Well, okay, so
Can I be a medic
Well,
first mate?
we can talk
First
about that.
medic?
Doesn't have to be you on first mate. Bosun is technical, it's repair, it's strength, strength based. Quartermaster is actually navigation, divining sea conditions and things of that nature. But it's now here's the
I'm
thing
not good
too.
at any of that.
You
Well, here's
you
the
carry an orb called Navigator.
That's true.
Just ask it what to do.
that is really interesting, and also you can ask crew for help as well, specifically. Oh, and it should be noted that which one was it? Crayer Mirez actually called I'm a good navigator, so meaning could help. So actually, I think what would be cool is chat could also help.
Oh, yeah.
They can
Buddies.
roll.
Pair
Yeah,
up.
anybody's if you're I'm
He's
a
a
good
cartographer.
player.
Oh,
Perfect.
nice.
And last but not least, the medic, which is healing and yes, intelligence based.
It's intelligence
All right.
based.
That's what
Yes.
the book said.
That's what.
Yeah.
No, wait. This
Medicine is
wisdom.
wisdom.
Medicine's wisdom.
And
Okay.
paladins are charisma. Yeah.
Okay,
Why
that's
not?
cool. Then I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. What would you prefer? If you're gonna do it, what would you prefer? What's your best
for
foot
healing? Oh,
Yeah.
wisdom.
We're gonna make it wisdom.
And in fact, if I remember correctly.
All right, cool. So those are going to be the rules that you'll do because there'll be party-wide skill checks that the crew is going to have a check, and that's going to be based on their morale, which currently is pretty low. That's their modifier, but there's going to be ways to like raise that through the course of the voyage. And then everybody else is going to make their individual checks, much like we did for the escape.
Yeah, that was
with the
great.
results in aggregate being like, okay, this is what happens, right? Because actually,
Was
like,
that out of the song?
no, that actually I kind of just made
Yeah,
up.
that was
It was like
Yeah.
it could be like if you didn't get the lines, it would have still left, but it would have like torn off, like, like did some damage. And then if there's ways that you really pooch things that part of the ship could be on fire. Part of it, like,
We hit the gamble.
Yeah, you hit the gamble.
It lights our ship on fire.
would have been like Smokey and the Bandit.
Throwing me into the ship, Phantom.
Yeah.
So once those
That's
things,
some brother they love.
Yes.
then the next thing will be we will start the next session with dealing with morale.
That's
I,
great.
I can do that.
Yep. And Bruce can help with a wonderful meal.
Yes.
Seriously,
Cool.
that can help.
Awesome.
Thank you, party.
That was awesome.
Thank you for letting me steal a ship. This was
Yes.
all of Dietrich's dreams came true, even though they were a nightmare as the end for all
I
time.
didn't think you were going to get the pirate ship.
Yeah.
I honestly, that was when you were like, we're going to go for the pirate ship. I was like, all right, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Let's
But
do it.
it was a pretty methodical takedown.
Methodical? That sounds
I
like
guess.
a
No,
plan.
I know you're, but the opening
Because we're
gambit.
sociopaths.
No. Probably capped it off.
We're not. They can all be redeemed.
The thing was, like, it worked out better because it's like, of
We didn't
course,
kill anyone, actually.
everything that worked out was
That's
was
an
you
interesting
actually
point.
by crying. I was like
Yeah.
following it through. Seriously though, I was like, you know what? They would see that as humorous, and you sold it so well with your check that they'd be like, oh, this fop. Like, we just want to bring him on board. But then also, no, for real, right? Like, you're going to amuse us and we'll throw daggers at your feet, right? And stuff like that.
Dance.
But it worked.
And
So
then you flipped and
Yes.
started commanding people
Yes.
to do
Yeah.
shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was like a
Right.
Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Idol coming up and just being a shmoop. He was like, ah, right? And then that was like suddenly like, wow, that's pretty hard, right? This new person we just jumped in is not as cool as you. And then you started commanding people, then you hoist the captain, which he's strong,
Right.
right? He had a +3 to strength as well, and he rolled an 18.
Same, bro.
Right, I know. No. But then when you bested
Yeah.
by 1, that was magnificent because that was still a high roll that you had to do. So, raw. So everybody, that was compelling. And then it was kind of fun and comical when like some things went wrong. So yeah,
This was great.
It's good.
I had one job and I failed at it. But I helped with you.
Sometimes it happens,
Oh, yeah.
but probably the way it'll go down is it's not going to be like a fail state, like the boat sinks.
Right.
Right.
It's like something bad happens as a result that you'll have to overcome. So,
I was ready to octopi the captain off with me kind of
I know.
thing. Like,
That was backup plan.
right.
yeah.
So it was there.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yes. Anybody? Anything?
Steph's happy we have a turtle.
We do have a turtle. I'm happy we
He's
have
like
a
a
turtle.
turtle man. He's like
Yeah.
maybe he's not a teenage. He's not
No,
a
he's not a
mutant,
genius. He's
but
an
he's
old
definitely
turtle.
a turtle.
Middle-aged mutant ninja turtle.
Cleric turtle.
Okay. Wizard turtle.
Yeah.
Middle-aged mutant
Realize-
cleric turtle. Wizard turtle.
I didn't know they existed. I had to look
Wizard
it up.
turtles.
Turtles? Oh, yeah.
I've
They've been
never
around
had them
since
before.
the Red Steel campaign back in 2nd edition. Great
Cool.
campaign setting.
Yeah, they're cool. They make sense. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is turtles? I thought it was a typo at first.
Yeah.
And it's like,
All the races in that campaign setting were
why?
animals.
Why?
It's if
So you got the new book.
if we lose the
new
turtle.
Oh, yeah.
seafaring book.
I know I'm
Oh,
dead
yeah.
to you. Look.
Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
This is actually all just.
I mean, this
One
is like
that
a
you
plug.
can
We should
grab
get this.
shit.
We should get product for free for these.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's cool.
They
See,
can
like-
stop
me
sending
dice.
us magic cards and
Give
start
me
sending us
dice.
D&D books.
That's right. That would actually that'd be a bitter pill, Matt. but it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. It says here, plug. I loved all the rules in the back. I haven't checked out the adventures yet, but there's a lot of like little stuff. And they actually, this part I'm talking about now, that is for the rules, where they actually have people assigned and they do stuff like that.
Cool. Well, thank you everybody for coming by.
Yes, thank you for
so
joining us.
much.
Thank you for really joining us. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We now
So
rely on
actually,
you.
spread the word. The Faceless needs crew. Steph, do you want to be in the crew?
Steph, join our crew.
Don't put her on the spot.
Why not?
Okay.
Steph is unfollowed.
Unfollow.
It's like, well, now she doesn't have to
Unsubscribe.
worry about that anymore. She was saying that if the turtle dies, she will unsubscribe. So
Well, she can help save it, but being a member.
we need a
Yeah, just
medic.
for-
apparently.
Yeah, come back as a healer.
Come back as a healer. A membership drive for crew would be how.
Yeah.
This is like really, for real. We're gonna get the contract up because we're gonna figure out what it is. It's gonna be fun.
That
And I'm just gonna
contract.
be the first one to sign it.
It's legit, man.
It's
spent like
legit.
my whole lunch hour on this.
This is why. At
That's
first,
a lot.
no, at first I was just gonna sign it, and then out of respect to the craft, I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna.
You gotta read it.
first. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sign it. Yeah.
Cool. Sweet.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, chat. See you next week, Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.